All right, greetings. I represent Chicago, Illinois. We got the UK in the building. We got Greensboro, North Carolina in the building. A lot's going on. The Diddy trial's going on. Crazy information. It's not live, so I would have to watch what the people that's in the courtroom say and come back and do some reporting. I might do that here and there. All right. The Bay Area's in the building, California. So Tory Lanez got poked up. He's in a hospital. So that's a little crazy. We're gonna talk about that. They got him pretty bad. They're saying now that he's in stable condition. Well, they're saying he's in stable condition. We're going to look into all of that. I'm going to tell you what I think about that. The most thing I could say is the reason I'm talking about this is stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. Okay. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of jail. Stay out of prison. Stay out of trouble. Stay out of jail. Stay out of trouble. That's what I could tell you young people. Stay out of jail and stay out of trouble. That's why I'm talking about this, because we're just losing a lot of people. Okay. Stay out of jail. And stay out of prison. Trey, people say all kind of stuff. People say all kind of stuff. But Tory, he's the type of person that would definitely happen to. We're going to talk about it. Y'all come on in, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Tory's not the type of person that would do well in California prison system anyway. His chances were slim anyway. His chances were slim. If he survives, he was poked up quite a bit, poked up in the lungs. They poked him up 10 times. I was stabbed. Stabbings. Sometimes stabbings are worse than shootings. And he's got to worry about infections. Recovery is where arteries cut. It's a lot. It's a lot. He's in bad shape. You can believe that. A knife is ugly work. Don't go to prison. Don't go to jail and don't go to prison. Chill out. He was a little hostile. Doesn't have a lot of respect in the United States. He's from Canada. He said some pretty, to be in America rapping and disrespecting Black American rappers. And, he's just not cool. He's not cool. People listen to people's music and judge you by music, but he wasn't a cool brother. Well, he's not a cool brother. He's a AH, what people call it AH. He's not, I didn't like him. His antics was great musician, real smart. He used to go, and when he did a single, he'd go back and like put a drop on there for like 50 to 100 DJs, put their drop on 150, 100 songs, go back and put their drop on it and send each DJ the version of the song with their drop on it. He was good with stuff like that, but he was, what I'm saying? We don't talk about it though. We don't talk about it in real terms. We ain't gonna talk about it make-believe terms. Because I got a job to make sure you all learn. First off, you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to go to prison for having problems with a female. Let's tell you this like that. You don't want to go to prison for shooting a female, stabbing a female, fighting a female. Nah. This might be funny and cute on the internet. But go to prison for beefing with a female. See what happened to you. When you go to the county jail, when you go to prison, your rank and file is based on your crimes. This is what it is. The amount of respect you get is a lot of that's got to do with your crimes. What you in here for? You go to prison for shooting a chick. You know what I'm saying? You fooled. You're already a Canadian. You ain't one of us. You're a Canadian. And you didn't just go to prison. Oh, you went to the wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go to Texas State or California State Prison. You don't want to go to those two. You know how big Texas is? You know how big California is? You know how many cities they got? How many inmates you think is in Texas State Prison and California State Prison compared to compared to Illinois. We ain't got nothing but Chicago. People ain't doing a whole lot in Springfield and Peoria, Illinois like that. So they're going to get mostly Chicago and the Chicago area. Bro, you in prison in California, in Cali? Start from the top and count down. Start from San Francisco. Start from Oakland and San Francisco and go down. And count the cities. You'll see what I'm talking about. That's who you're in prison with. And guess what California ends at? Mexico. So guess how many Mexicans is in here? Because that's who poked them up. The Mexicans. So all them rumors about his masters and stuff, nah. This was something personal. He stepped on the Mexicans' toes. This ain't over no masters. Nah, this was personal. Masters, this is personal. You're a black man. You ain't no black American. You're in a California state prison with a whole bunch of cholos and a whole bunch of amigos. You ain't gonna really be respected by no Crips like that. They ain't gonna necessarily, you from Canada, the Bloods ain't gonna, what set you claiming? I mean, what type of Crip is you? Ain't like you in there with dudes from Pomona that you know from Pomona. Ain't like you in there with dudes from Compton that you know from Compton. Ain't like you in there with dudes from South Central and you know. You basically a foreigner that was beefing with a chick. Look at me. Let's say I would have lost some of my cases. I went to prison and you came in there and you was beefing with a chick. That's what you went there for. How you think I'm looking at you? Because that ain't gangster. So, you can go lift your weights and all that, but you beefing with a chick. Only punks respect that. Really, when he got in trouble, it really reflected how many of the young brothers is weak. I never seen so many soft black men in my life. You riding with a dude beefing with a chick? What? Who'll do that? How you support a dude beefing with a chick? They talking about he didn't do it, he might have did. Bro, you weren't even supposed to be in that situation. You weren't even supposed to be where it could, bro. You weren't even supposed to be where that's not even an issue with no chick, man. Let's keep this a billion. And then y'all be beefing with a chick that like him? If you like him, you be beefing with a chick, let us know. So we can avoid, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that's what you get in Cracker Jack. Stay out of prison. Stay out of prison. Stay out of jail. Look, you say dealing with black women. That's crazy. Black women won't get you killed like that. Black men will kill you or unalive you. But nah, you can't put that on the sisters like that. No, that dealing with BMs will get you. No, that sounds suspicious. Tactics TV. You sound a little suspicious. That's another thing too. When you're around brothers, you gotta listen to them, and when they say certain things, they'll let you know if you want to hang out with them or not. You listen to every word a brother be saying. If you said something like that, I wouldn't hang with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's inaccurate. That's like a stereotype. Like, my mother was a black woman. I don't be saying nothing to no woman when she tripping. Because any type of verbal stuff back, that's just a sign of weakness. When you're dealing with a woman, what the hell you care what she talking about? You know what I'm saying? The more you care what she talking about, the more she looking at you as weak. She look at strength for somebody that ain't listening. You know what I'm saying? You just talking. That's what she respect. Then when she talking or whatever and you don't change, and you on some calm down. With a woman, I'm always on some calm down and all that. I really can't do all that. So I can't do the woman verbal woman stuff. I can't do that. I've had women that grew up liking to do that, so they didn't really like me because I didn't do it. I didn't play the sissy man game. You know, I ain't got the energy for it. So I don't have the energy for females with that. I just want them to go sit somewhere and calm down. I got to be war ready when I go outside with these men. So I can't, baby. I can't do it. You throw me off my square. You outside with the wolves and the lions. And she talking crazy. But the wolves and the lions ain't going to be talking. They're going to be about that action. So I can't get into talking mode, baby. Because it ain't like that in my world. We about that action. Now, I can't be about that action with no woman, so what I'm supposed to do? What I'm supposed to do? I can't do nothing. So I don't care. Because I ain't about that action with no ladies. I'm about that action out here, out in the jungle, with the real lions and tigers and gorillas. I don't got them kind of emotions. So women, they don't get me upset. When women talk crazy, I just give them space. All you're going to make me do is give you some space. That's all I could do. All I could do is give you some space. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can. Space is the place. When a woman's tripping, only thing I could do, babe, is give you some space. That's all I could do. What you want me to do? I don't got that. Some brothers got that. They got 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got a 5-speed swing. So a lot of brothers is 5-speed swing bicycles. So they can go level first gear and they can ride their bike with their woman. No, you baby. I can't do that because I'm 0 to 100. I can't go 100 with a lady. I can't do 100. I don't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't even do elemental P. I don't do QRST or nothing. It's A to Z. It's 1 to 100. I can't do no 100 with my lady or no lady. I can't go to 100. I'm from 0 to 100. What I'm supposed to do when she want to do 5, she want to do 7, she want to argue with 8, she want a 9, she want to be on a 9, 10, 20. Sometimes she turn up, she be all the way but 35. She thinks she doing something. I'd be like, that's cute. Ooh, that's so cute. Look, she on 35. That's nice. I'm at a disadvantage with a lady, so I just leave it like that. I'm at a disadvantage with arguments and upset situations. I'm at a total disadvantage. What I'm supposed to do? I can't do what I do, so what I'm supposed to do? I'm not finna do nothing. I'm not finna do nothing, but I'm not doing all that. Brothers be like, so Pharaoh, you let a lady run over you? I'll let her run her mouth. You can't run over me unless I lay down and let you do it. I'm gotta go. She running over herself. If I ain't listening to you, how you running over me if I don't care what you're talking about? I don't care what you're talking about. I'm not gonna let her know I don't care what you're talking about and make it worse. I'll make her think I care. Oh, baby, it ain't all like that. You gotta be a pimp out here. Oh, baby, calm down. Ain't all that. You're gonna say what you're gonna have to say to isolate the information and isolate the problem, especially if you're riding dirty, if you're doing certain things, you can't have no beef. A lot of brothers in prison for beefing with their women with a couple things in the closet. Here come the police for domestic and find this. You was too stupid to know. You're out here slanging. You can't do domestic, bro. You're dirty. Can't do no police. So you dirty. You doing big things in the streets. And you arguing with her and let the police come? I had a Mexican friend. He got 15 years for that. Arguing with his wife. And know he had all that work in the house, and the police came, took his dumb ass to jail. He went to prison. He copped out. He probably got out at 7 because they wanted to give him like 30. He had a lot of stuff in the crib. I'm like, listen, bro, you had all that stuff in the house. You was arguing with your wife. He's like, I know, Pharaoh. I know. I said, bro, you should have went and got us some food or something and calmed that down. We battling the police. We can't battle her and the police, man. You got to remember the police, y'all. It's the police. You want to battle with your wife or your girlfriend and deal with the police? That's what this man did. Look, he's super gangster. Look, he a super duper duper gangster. Look at him. Until we look at who he was beefing with, and we go, oh, no, you hold this L, bro. This is who you was beefing with this? Bro, you was beefing with her. We don't beef with stuff like that. This week is beefing with what a lame. Bro, you was really all out in the streets, all out your body with her. Are you kidding me, bro? Well, put that liquor down. That liquor got you locked up and poked up. Drunk. Beefing with a woman. Yeah, Robert, good to see you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, black man, we don't got nothing to prove with no woman. You know what I'm saying? Bam, it's real simple. Let her do her thing. Don't be trying to play Captain Corrector hoe. Y'all always want to be Captain Corrector hoe. Stop trying to correct these hoes. If they hoes, you might got a queen. If you got a queen, cool. Stop trying to correct them. We don't be correcting chicks. We make corrections by getting another one. If it's broke, we gonna fix it. So I don't got no lot of time to try to fix you. You know what I'm saying? If you're a used vehicle or you're a bad tire, I keep putting air in it, it keep going out. I gotta go get a new tire. That's all. You gotta go get a new tire. So if you got a wife and she just constantly nagging, constantly want to argue, dump her. But don't be trying to argue with her back and trying to fix her. She broke. She got screws loose. Because you sitting up there argue with her, 5 years, argue with her, then dump her, then I meet her, and now she used to that. She think I'm finna do what you did. No, you a goofy. I'm not finna be arguing with her. I'm not finna tell her nothing. Now I ask you, a grown woman, go act like you got some sense. This man threw his life away beefing with a woman. No matter how you look at it, it's his fault. All that. He probably didn't do that. He was in a situation drunk beefing with a woman. And now he's in prison. And then he's in the hospital poked up. All because of that. Which one of y'all would be a big rapper like that and make them moves? And throw your whole rap career away for some lady. For like a lady. Gangsters, thugs, players, kings. We just go home, bro. We go home. We go home. That's what we do. If you really about them streets, young brothers especially, and you had a party or somewhere, know when it's time to go home. Your mama should have taught you that. My mama taught me that. Know when it's time to go home. I remember being on the block as a kid, all the children out there playing. My mama come out and say, "Come in, Michael, Chandra, y'all come in." I go in the house. "Mama, can I stay out?" She said, "There's other kids out there?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Okay, listen. You can go back out with the kids. But son, when they start going in the house, come in the house. Don't let me look and see how you out there and it's just two kids out there. When everybody go in, come in." See, I learned from the best. Hey, when the party's over, go. Don't you be the straggler out there. Just out there and everybody done left. It's 80 y'all out there. 6 go home. I look out there, just you and another boy still out there. You should have went in when the majority went in. When the majority go in, come in. So you at the club, it's popping. Dudes in there start acting funny. Leave. Leave. Because a hustler going to get his money. And hustling could be anything from legal to illegal, a job. If you got a job, you work hard, you hustling. And you not finna lose no money up in this stupid club. I got to go to work Monday and get my money. I'm out of here. Mess with these people, gonna mess my money up. I end up arrested, hurt, hospital bill, or I got to pay a bond, miss work Monday, could get fired. All this because I should have just left. Stop thinking that you always got to prove something. The more you're trying to prove something, the more you're a punk. That's how we know you're a punk. Geez, we ain't proving nothing to nobody. You know that. We FAAF. Oh. Okay? We FAAF. Oh. We not doing no arguing or nothing. We trying to get away from you. We don't want no problems because problems cost money. Problems take time, and time is money, and I can't do it. I would have been went home. I would have never been drunk in that car tripping with Megan. You know, I understand you a little leprechaun. You only 3'9", and you a little leprechaun, and you in America, and you's a rapper now. So, you know, you're going to get gangster on these chicks. You know what I'm saying? I guess. You know, I never liked dudes. You know what I mean? I ain't never like him. Send him back to Cal. Them still, you know, he ain't had no respect for Black Americans anyway. Come down here. He was saying a whole bunch of, that's a whole nother video. You know, he go to the wrong city anyway, and the wrong guys backstage. He was going to get hemmed up anyway if he end up backstage with the wrong people. When somebody don't like what you be saying, somebody like myself there with some of the guys and you backstage, I'm like, man, why you was all on there? I ain't gonna necessarily do nothing to them, but why you was all on there talking crazy? Why you be talking crazy about black rappers from down here in Murray from Canada, right? You know where you at, you know this ain't Canada, you know this Chicago, you know. We might push the line on you. You ain't Megan. We'll push the line on you. We 0 to 100 on him, though. I 0 to 100 on him if I can get away with it. But if it's going to mess my life up, then he going to get a pass. Because I'm not dealing with the police over him. So I might not be able to do nothing with him. I might just have to do the head nod. You know, let somebody else deal with it. You know, that anonymous, he was anonymous. It was, you know, it might not be me. It might be like, yeah, I mean, one of them. You know what I'm saying? I never liked him. I really don't like him now. I can't stand him. But he's a lame. Bro, you in California prison with the Mexicans. That's super deep, super duper 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 deep. Anybody from Cali know? You can't go up in there. You can't make one mistake. You can't make no mistake in these big county jails like Rikers Island, Cook County, L.A. County. The county jail. You can't make one mistake. One mistake. You cannot make none. And then when you go to prison, you cannot make one mistake. You can't make any mistakes. So if you boisterous like him, and you be doing too much, you're bound to clash with somebody because you're in there with a bunch of real irritated men that's locked down and they're not happy. And a lot of times, these are some of the worst people in the world. These are professional troublemakers. It'd be real professional troublemakers in prison and in jail. That's all they do is hurt people. And you in there with them. And you don't want to get on their radar. So whatever he did, he got on them Mexicans' radar. Had to get airlifted probably. He lucky. He lucky to be alive. They didn't want him to be. They probably didn't just have time to finish him off. That's all. All that from a great rap career to run around like a goofy, chasing women. You know what I mean? Chasing women. You don't be chasing women. Don't chase women. Don't chase women. Young brothers, listen to me. Don't chase women. Don't let them put no women up on no pedestal like that. Because the type of woman you're going to love and going to be a good queen, you ain't going to meet her putting her on no pedestal. You're going to meet her on some humble. You're going to meet her under humble circumstances. All that running around chasing women, all that going, buying clothes, buying all that stuff to go so women could see you. Nah. That's why so many brothers broke now. I mean, not necessarily. How? Don't nobody know nothing. Nobody seen nothing. Not necessarily. They'll poke you up in a circle and walk away, and they'll come find you laying out there. Who gonna say? Who gonna tell? Who gonna tell? And what do a dude that's doing murder care? If I'm already doing 45. I'm already doing life. What difference does it make? You're in prison. There's people in there doing life already. There's people in there doing 50 years, 80 years, 145 years, 260 years. You're in state prison, You ain't where nobody care. What's going on, B Dolo? You in prison, man. And you also in prison. This ain't the brightest bulbs in the lamp. So even if they ain't got a lot of time, boy, you in the castle of crash dummies. That's all they do is crash out. That's why they in there, a lot of them. Crazy. He ain't know where he was at. They not gonna just do that to you like that. He did something. They ain't gonna just do that. They ain't gonna just do that. But like I said, his whole aura is negative. He might got that short man complex. You know what I'm saying? He did something. Yeah, Don. Yeah, Don. He did something. He did something. He said something crazy, and he was already, you know what I'm saying? No, he ain't really copping responsibility for it. He a lame. He wasn't no U.S. citizen. He walking straight out of there to Canada. They gonna kick him out the country. When he do his time, they gonna kick him out. Stupid. He gonna have to take all that to Canada. They don't let him back in the country. Maybe a long, long time and a lot of money, they might let him back in. But no. They gave him all that time. They telling him, we hate you, get out. Because he don't know what he's doing. So let me tell y'all something. You see, he discharged the weapon, right? So everybody looking at it thinking they locked him up over Meg. Not really. They knocked him up over them neighbors where he discharged that weapon because he brought their property taxes down. I mean, their property, their real estate value down. He lowered the real estate value over there when he did that. I talked about this on a live couple lives ago. I did. If y'all was watching, remember I told you, crimes lower everybody real estate. So when he discharged that weapon in that nice neighborhood like that, bro, you going under the prison. It's a whole lot of powerful people live over there. They got the money. And you done brought their property value down. That could drop a $500,000 house down to $350,000. Easy. You done disturbed the neighborhood. You did this. He did that in a nice neighborhood. Bro, you lucky they didn't give you. Bruh. See, this is why I tell brothers, stop. Don't do no crazy stuff because you don't understand the law. You don't know how the system works. You don't understand and you just out there. And brothers don't be understanding what they really did until they be in jail. They be in prison 8 years before they find out why they got all that time. Yeah. Yes, crime brings the property value down. A robbery, a burglaries, and then a shooting brings the property value down. Because people going to be like, let's move over there. Like, I don't want to move over there. Somebody got shot over there. If you was buying a house and you went to look at the house and you went down the main street and you got to turn and go 2 streets over. And on the main streets, you realize that the main street by your house been having a lot of break-ins. You gonna move over there? You gonna move somewhere if you find out there's been break-ins in the area? You gonna move somewhere somebody got shot on this street or the next street? No. You're gonna look for somewhere else. You're trying to find somewhere nice and quiet, and this don't seem like that. You're not gonna buy no house where there's no shooting happen. So it's gonna take years for that not to happen, for the property value to go up, 5, 6 years. Until it'll go up when don't nothing else happen. Because it's based on the fact it could happen again. So that's why they base it on. It just happened last year, it happened this year. That means, okay, is it going bad? Is it bad over here or not? So it's going to take 5, 6 years with no more incidents before they say, okay, that was just a rare incident. But close to the incident, I mean, is this going to be common? Is the neighborhood going down? Because this is what people looking at it like, oh, this neighborhood used to be so. How many times you see neighbors? This neighbor, when a shooting happened, what do they say? Oh, it used to be real nice over here. So if it used to be real nice over here, what was the price of the home? And now you're saying it ain't nice over here. What's the price of the home? If it used to be nice, the price ain't going to be the same way. If it used to be nice over here, if it ain't nice like it used to be, then it ain't got the price like it used to be. See what I'm saying? This fool went in a real nice neighborhood doing that. Not far from where the Kardashians and all that live. So then they get you in there. You're in the American city. You're into this crazy stuff. Then you're a rapper. One negative. Right? You're a rapper. One negative. You ain't no American. You a Canadian down here messing. That's how people look at it. Came from Canada, came from Canada down here in our country. You around a bunch of white ladies. A black dude. And you go to the white police station, to the white justice system, and you trying to sleep with they ladies, and some of them is prejudice. Like, okay. 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? He ain't thinking, bro. You know what I'm saying? I knew they was going to slam him. I was like, he going bye-bye for a long time. Go in a project area and get an argument and discharge a gun. And let another dude go to Beverly Hills and discharge a gun. And watch the difference in the amount of time you're going to get. You're going to get 1,000 years for doing that in Beverly Hills. You might not even get up for probation doing it in a poor area. The property can't go no lower. It's as low as it can go. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing to this property value because this property ain't got no value. You know what I'm saying? And these people ain't no big shots. They ain't. But over here, you might have discharged a gun where the mayor live over here, fool. The senator live over here. One of the people that work, who live over there, dude? You see what I'm saying? When you go in the area, right, where they got real expensive homes, who live over there? Bosses, people that can make your life miserable. So if I'm some big time politician and you didn't came in my neighborhood and did that, and I know the judge, I'd be like, Frank, hey, what's going on, Pharaoh? Oh, Frank, man. Oh, some fool or some guy, you heard of him, Tory Lanez. Yeah, I got his case. Give that SOB 1,000 years. Betty's all upset. She's talking about, should we move? I'm telling her, no, babe, it's not like that. It's probably, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got children. I paid a lot to live over there. And this little SOB coming over there, where does he live? Oh, he doesn't live nowhere around there. Oh, my God. It's those Kardashians. You would think they would learn after Kanye. That's just how they go talk. They're gonna be like, you came from the Kardashians' house. They said, we got to get them out of here. We got to do something about them. It's like they just love losers, and they're bringing them over here. Why can't you go where they live? This is how they be talking. So now you come to jail. We in everybody get your paperwork. What you in there for? Well, everybody know what you here for because you was all on the news. Oh, you kind of lady shooter. Whoa, what a gangster. You know? Then you come in there, you trying to lift weights, you trying to build your muscles, you trying to, you trying to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You trying to do the whole, I'm in prison now, I'm hardcore. Yeah, but what you in there for? You don't look, see how he look? He don't look like his crime. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you gotta look like your crime. Your crime is soft. What is you doing? You over whooping. Do he look like his crime? His crime look like he really on that, on some gang stuff with some real hitters. No, his crime is shooting this. We not finna shoot her under no circumstances. We ain't never gonna shoot her. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing all that. We not finna shoot that. We're gonna be nice to that under all circumstances. She drunk, we gonna get her home safely. We not finna shoot her. You gonna lose your gangster card like that. But I don't want nobody to think I shot her. I'd be embarrassed. They'd be like, you shot, who you shoot, Pharaoh? They go look it up. They'd be like, you shot her? Oh, what was you? You was drunk? They go ask me. They go say you was drunk. Something's wrong with you. How you shoot her, bro? Come on, man. You drunk. Everybody know when you get around ladies and they drinking, you don't drink a lot. You don't get drunk. If they get drunk, you stay as sober as possible. You don't get drunk with no drunk ladies. That's a recipe for disaster. Drunk is not good. High is not good. Never have been. You might want to get a little mellow, but you don't want to get mellow until you off work. And you're not off work till you get home. You ain't never off work. This to the young brothers. Once you walk out your house, you at work. And you're not off work till you get back in the privacy of your house and you chilling. And if you get drunk more than once every 3 years, you a loser. Something drunk is supposed to be like an accident, or you just want to crash out one good time and just keep drinking and go to bed. But typically, if you do push the line and get drunk, you don't like the way it feels, so you ain't finna do that for a long time. I don't know if people been drunk, but drunk don't really feel good. Like it's a certain tipsy where you still feel good, where you be a little almost kind of drunk, but drunk, it's your stomach, your head, it ain't really cool. You don't feel that great. I don't see how nobody want to get drunk a lot because it don't feel cool. To me, I don't like it. I don't like drunk. Drunk. It just don't feel cool. Sometimes when I get drunk, it's by accident because I'm drinking. And what happens is, before it hit me, I didn't drink another one. I should have waited and let it hit me. That's how you get drunk. Take a drink, boom, you cool. You take another drink, boom. But you take another drink before you let that drink hit you, so you don't know how you finna feel. If you would have waited to see how you would feel, you would have known you couldn't take another drink. But now you take another drink, the third drink. But then when you take the third drink, the second drink hit. So now the third drink hit on top of the second drink. Now you done messed up. You done messed up. Now you gone. You get to being all the way you be talking and everything. You be gone, man, because you didn't wait to see how drunk am I before you drank the next drink. I did it. Everybody do that sometime. That drink sometime. We all been there. The only reason you got drunk because you drink a drink on top of the other drink where you didn't wait, and then they both hit you. Sometimes you could get blood, you can get alcohol poisoning like that. I had to take one of my queens to the hospital where she went out with her sister and was drinking. And when I came, she was cold and she was actually dying. I had to rush her to Rosen Hospital. They had to put on IVs. Drinking out with her sister. It almost killed her. Like, you can die, man, when you get alcohol poisoning. I don't think no people understand. You be cold, your whole body be freezing, and you just be shaking, and you be really dying. Like, nah, not for play. Yeah, alcohol poisoning, you be dying. If somebody bring you, you know how you be at the hospital, you don't feel good, and they make you sit in the emergency room, bring somebody in there for alcohol poisoning. They're going to rush them right to a bed. They're going to rush them somewhere. They're going to get them on IV somewhere, a room or something. If they ain't got no bed, they're going to put them in a room, and they're going to bring a portable bed, and they're going to put them on IVs immediately. They're going to put them. And so I had to take her, and they had to put her on IVs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I thought she was going to die. They had to bring a wheelchair to get out the car. I thought she was going to die. That was scary. I thought it was over with. She was like, take me to the hospital, please, hurry up. You know what I'm saying? She was messed up. All that fun, kiki was gone. I'm telling y'all, alcohol poison is deadly. And drunk is not good. You can't drive. You don't make good decisions. None of that. One drunk person is horrible. 2 or 3 drunk people is a natural disaster. That's what was going on there. Megan was drunk. He was drunk. Just think about you got drunk with some chicks and now you in prison and you done got poked up. Now, just think what he thinking right now with them holes in him. All because he was drunk with some chicks. Yeah, when we was coming up, wine heads was everywhere. You ain't lying, cat. But the thing about drunk is every liquor got its kind of drunk. And see, a lot of people understand that. Hennessy got a Hennessy drunk. Like when we was coming up, Wild Irish Rose make you fight. White port make you chill. White port and Kool-Aid make you chill. Wild Irish Rose make you get wild. So it's like these liquors got a way they make you act too. And they was off that act of fool. Whatever they was drinking, it's that liquor make you act a fool. See, all liquors is made from different types of grains, different types of substances you make liquor. So some liquor might be made from sugar cane. You know what I'm saying? Some liquor made from sugar cane, some liquor made from rye, some liquor made from wheat. They're made from different things. And man, listen, that man threw his whole life away. Threw his whole life away. Now he's in the hospital. Hopefully he make out of it. Because when they poked him up, You know, they got to put him on a lot of IVs. They didn't poke him up with no clean weapons. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they make weapons out of anything. Okay, they'll take a ruler out to school, a metal ruler, and sharpen that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he didn't get, you know, it's not like he got poked with surgical weapons. So right now they got him on so many IVs trying to purify his body and all that. You know how long it took me to get out the hospital just because of them trying to break my fever. I probably wouldn't have got out of there then if I wasn't drinking that 100% pure cranberry juice. I told my mama to go to the store get me some 100% cranberry juice. And I had that in my drawer, hid it in my drawer, and with no nurses, nothing else. Drink that, drink that, drink that. He took my test again, said, "Oh, okay, the infection went away." I bet it did because I put that, 100% cranberry juice is stringent. Then you can't find that. You can't find an Ocean Spray cranberry juice because they had a bad crop. Yeah, I don't like alcohol at all. I don't do alcohol. I do alcohol hardly never. And then when I do it, I just want to do a little bit. I don't mess with alcohol. I had some alcohol on my birthday like 2 years ago. It's still there. Mm-mm. I don't like alcohol. It sets you back. It's too negative. It sets you back. I try to stay away from that. I don't even like mind altering that much. Herb. I used to like herb because it didn't do nothing to me. And I mean, I still like herb. I just ain't partaking that much. But I do every now and then. But I don't alcohol. I don't like alcohol. I don't like the way it make you feel. You know what I'm saying? It's alcohol. A little sip where you don't feel nothing is cool. But I don't like the feeling. You know what I'm saying? I like to be in control. And alcohol starts to take your control away. So I don't like to drink that like that. Plus, it's addictive. That's another thing. You just keep drinking it. That's how you got alcoholics. Certain substances are addictive, habit forming. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, the real. Come out you. I feel you. It's too habit forming for me. You know what I mean? That man that threw his whole life away, man, and I ain't got poked up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to show you young brothers. The only reason I'm talking about this, because I'm letting y'all know, you know, conduct yourself wisely, right? Rapper Tory Lanez, poked up 14 times in California prison attack. Rapper Tory Lanez has been rushed to hospital after he was stabbed 14 times in a California prison. The Canadian hip hop artist was attacked by another inmate on Monday morning in a housing unit at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi, about 75 miles north of Los Angeles prison, officials told the BC. So it sounds like just one. Sound like they know who did it, but just one person poked you up 14 times. See, once he poked you the first time, then he pop, chop, chop, poop, he hit you. You know what I'm saying? The 32-year-old suffered wounds across his body, causing both of his lungs to collapse, according to a post on his Instagram account. Lane's, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, is serving 10 years in prison sentence for shooting fellow musician Megan Thee Stallion in 2020. He ain't even looking to come home probably for another 2 years if they give him early release. Well, no, I don't know when he went in. So if he got 10 years, I don't know when he went in. Because he did it in 2020, but he probably didn't go to prison until 2023. So he looking not to get out until 2033. So he might not get out till 2030. The Star's Instagram post said he was stabbed in the back, torso, head, and face. He was temporarily placed on a breathing apparatus, but is now able to breathe on his own. The Instagram post adds, despite being in pain, he is talking normally, in good spirits, and deeply thankful to God that he is pulling through. The attack happened around 7:20 local time, said Pedro Caldero Michael, the state's correction department. Prison staff began first aid before Lanez was taken to a local medical facility for further treatment. An investigation is underway into the stabbing. Mr. Calderon Michael told the BBC he did not comment on the attacker's motive. Lanez was sentenced in 2023 for 3 felony gun-related charges, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm. He shot Megan Thee Stallion, whose legal name is Megan Pete, as they were leaving a pool party at reality star Kylie Jenner's Hollywood mansion. Crazy. Stupid stuff. Stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stupid. Dude poked him 10 times real quick. He was in there dealing with dealing with somebody, a professional. He was trying to unalive him. He's in stable condition. He said another inmate stabbed him with a self-made shank in the prison yard. Hit 14 times his back. He had hit 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back. So he hit him 7 times in the back, 4 times in the torso, 2 to the back of his head, and 1 to the left side of the face. See what I'm saying? So imagine you get hit, pop, 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 pop. You know what I'm saying? 4 to the torso, bomb. You know what I'm saying? 7 to the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 to the torso. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to the back of the head. Yak, yak. And 1 to the left side of the face. So see, dude was not playing. Both of his lungs. He was placed on a breathing apparatus. So he got in there with a real, convict. You know what I'm saying? I think the music industry, now I don't be listening, but I don't like conspiracies. Those conspiracies, once they start conspiracy, everything happened as conspiracy. People have been getting stabbed in prison. So I don't be doing them conspiracies, man. These people just be making stuff up. Where some record label's gonna go pay some Mexican to do this to you. It's like, yeah, well, God, yeah, okay. And he in prison. So it's like he in prison, so they're gonna skip all the other reasons it could be to make up some wild cockamamie story that is the record labels and you in prison where people get shanked daily. So it's like, okay. You know, when they were saying everybody was unalive because they was signed to Empire Records, you know, all that old weirdo, the internet is, it's not far-fetched if you want to believe it, but it's far-fetched if you know anything about the prison. What is far-fetched? Far-fetched would be, okay, what's the most likely thing happen to the least likely? That wouldn't be the most likely thing, not in prison. Getting shanked in prison, record label would be the least likely. So it would be far-fetched. Close-fetched would be beefing. So yeah, that's far-fetched. Record labels. If record labels want you, they ain't gonna do it like that. If they did, why would they do a botched job? Why would they have to do that? They could get a real hitman to do it. They can get somebody with a silencer, walk up. I mean, I could have did that. Walk up and get in my car and leave. They ain't gonna be sloppy like that. Getting stabbed is worse than getting shot if you live, but if it's a hit, it's got to be quick and fast. If it's a hit from a big record label, can't be no misses. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? If big rich millionaires want you gone, they ain't going to do it like that. They ain't going to do no. They're not going to do nothing sloppy like that. They're not going to hire no amateurs. They're not going to have nobody tell nobody where they can trace it back. No, it's not going to happen like that. They're going to get a professional that they know. And the professional going to get the contract, and you're not going to know who you got the contract from. So if I get that contract and they catch me, they're going to say, who paid me to do it? But I ain't going to know. I ain't going to know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to know, but no, if we absolutely for millions and millions of dollars, and they can keep his masters for millions and millions of dollars, they're going to put that $100,000 on your head for the mealie. They're not going to do that like that. Before they do that, they'll come and they'll force some pills down your throat. It'll just be a suicide. So no, that don't sound like a professional, That's not like Whitney Houston. Oops. That's not like Whitney Houston at a hotel with a big record executive at that same hotel having a party. It's not like that. That same executive that Aaliyah was signed to, oops, and a couple other unalive singers. Now, when they want to come get you, like with that money like that, you'll be on a cliff and your brakes will go out. Something like that. It's gonna be clean. It ain't gonna be no Mexican with no shank, like that. They got all that money. You know what I mean? The real, they not, no, hell no. They gonna get caught like that if they do sloppy hits like that. Don't get me wrong, I never did no hits or nothing. I never did no hits or nothing. But I know it's not gonna get done like that. If they was really terrified about him having his masters and he could pass away and pass them, they would have hit him before he went to prison so they can get him, try to get him. But they'll try economic extortion first. They'll drive him broke and then buy him from him. They'll put him in a situation where he got to sell them. They'll do that first. They'll squeeze him out financially and make him sell them. Because if he got his masters already and you do something to him, how you going to get them? They're going to go in his inheritance and stuff. So they be saying that they did something to all these people to get their masters. How you going to get them? How you going to get my masters if I give them to my son? So it's not like, oh, something happened to me and then you just get the masters. That don't work like that. You can't just get my house because something happened. You can't just get my jewelry something happened. You can't just get my property. That's going to be in my will. That's going to go down to the family. So how you going to get it? They're going to take your masters like they did Dame Dash, drive you broke, and now you got to sell it. The same way they taking the masters from Dame. Because them record labels is making millions upon millions, so they're not really thirsty for everybody's masters and all that. Like, they be saying that stuff all the time, like the record labels going around, we got to get everybody's masters. Like, they already got a lot of masters. You know what I'm saying? And then his masters ain't worth nothing. He ain't nobody. Them songs ain't going to pop like that. Y'all see Diddy gave everybody their masters back? Like, them songs ain't going to pop like that. Only certain songs going to be worth having. But everybody got a career. That stuff ain't going to be everybody listening to new people. Nobody going to be listening to old people anyway. Unless you got a super, super classic, big songs like R. Kelly, people like that. Your masters ain't really worth nothing. That's why Diddy want to get the locks and all of them masters back. Them masters ain't going to be worth nothing. Your masters, when you just an average or a good group, your masters is only good for that first 10 years or whatever. After that, that master's trash. That's why the record labels will hold it, get all the money out of it, then try to sell it to you. Because it ain't worth nothing no more. I mean, it's worth a little something, but it ain't worth that. Most of the equity been juiced out of it already. Because the longer you out the game, the less people playing your music. Unless you got a big Christmas song like a Mariah Carey or something like that. But if you ain't got no big old song that somebody gonna play 20 years from now a lot, so if it ain't Beat It or something like that, that's gonna be on pop radio forever, it ain't gonna be worth nothing. Like Wu-Tang Clan, what's that gonna be worth? Who gonna want to hear Cash Rules Everything Around Me 20 years from now? Nobody. It's a big rap song, but it's not a big song. You have to be a mega artist and have like a super mega hit, and preferably R&B more than rap. You know, if I'm a record label and I want to get masters for the long term, I want R. Kelly, I want Usher, I want those songs last forever. Rap songs don't. Nobody's just banging NWA right now. Nobody's just banging, LL Cool J's old songs like that. R&B gets the longer R&B gets the longer play, even rock. But I would say R&B gets the most play, the longest term, and R&B didn't die. Like if in the club, but the only reason that the club gonna get played because it's a birthday song. Go, shawty, it's your birthday. That's the only reason, because it's a birthday song. If it wasn't a birthday song, no. But because it's a birthday song, it's an occasion song, and people gonna be having birthdays forever. So they ain't gonna never stop playing that. It was a birthday song. He was smart, boy. He was a genius when he made that. That song's gonna make more money than anybody could ever imagine. Like Mariah Carey with the Christmas song, like those songs right there. You know what I'm saying? Usher's Confession. Let's go half on a baby. All I need is for your body. And that, yeah, them type of songs, they banging that forever. They playing them at weddings, all that. I had a friend just went and seen Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, and the other little Stephanie Mills, I think, doing like some small tours. They were just in Vegas a couple of days ago. Patty couldn't remember her song. She just told everybody, I don't remember my lyrics though. She in her 80s. I just wanted to talk about this. The point of this live stream is young brothers, stay out of trouble. Stay, stay, don't throw your life away. If you're going through a bad relationship or a bad breakup, just go. Let it alone before you do something crazy. Now you done did something crazy. Your woman, she with another man. You done did something crazy, got locked up. She's still with men, and now you locked up. You locked up, and she's still out there. You gotta let it go. You can't be out here getting angry and stuff like that. And you can't be out here sloppy. And don't be taking no penitentiary chances if you can't do no time in the penitentiary. Understand that's what comes with it. So if you want to do crimes, you got to be willing to do the time. Stop doing crimes and now you surprised you got to do the time. Think it through. Always look out for yourself first. Don't be going out here doing nothing stupid and throwing your life away. And whatever you do, don't be beefing and arguing with no women. Have some decency about yourself. Don't be beefing and arguing with no woman. Don't be beefing and arguing with your wife like that. Sometimes y'all gonna have some little disagreement. Let it just stay a little disagreement. Don't turn to no full-blown argument. At the end of the day, you got two decisions to make. Stay with her or leave her. That's great. You say you spend your time with your wife. That's excellent. Because you got two choices: stay with her or leave her. Yeah, make up your mind which one you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just wasting your time arguing. You just a waste of time. Stay away from anybody that brings up all these hard negative energy. So anybody that's bringing negative energy, anybody that's getting you angry, anybody's putting a situation that's like a fight, violence. Stay away from them. Especially you young black men. Always think about the police if you're gonna live in the world today. Always think about the police. Always. You know what I'm saying? Always think about the police. Always. Everything you do, think about the police. When you get in your car driving, think about the police pulling you over so that you move in a way not to be pulled over. Think about the police. Think about the consequences. Always, always, if you want to live and live a good life, always think about the consequences. Always think about if this don't go right, what's the back end? Always. It's the only way you're gonna be a superhero like me and never been to prison. Always think about the police. That's gonna keep you cool because when somebody talk crazy, you be like, I'm not finna go to jail over arguing with him. I gotta go. Always leave a situation. Don't feel like you gotta always straighten stuff out. The best way to straighten stuff out is leave. Let it straighten his own stuff out and move on with your life. Stop trying to prove something. Stop trying to get it right. Go on. Cause look what that man did. Look what he did. It go from a night hanging out with the Kardashians and Megan to a long court case to prison and to getting poked up 14 times. All from that first mistake. All because he wanted to run around with this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. He thought that made him something. How many of these women he could run through when he should have been concentrating on what he was doing. He should have been building up his music situation because he had the power to have his own label because he was very, very talented. So he should have been trying to build his own label. He should have stayed out the way. And he should have waited until he found a queen that really loved him. Because the way he was going to get burnt anyway. Because you out here chasing it and you got money. And anytime you're doing well and you chasing it, then you're going to get taken like a sucker. A woman that's going to say, yeah, you could be with me because she see the bag. So anytime you showing your expensive shoes and your fancy cars and all your expensive jewelry to get a woman, you're going to get played. Because now you don't know if she really like you or not. Because you used all this stuff to get her, but is all that stuff going to keep her? Or is she going to leave with half of that stuff? Because she's going to leave with half of that. I learned as a shorty because my daddy always bought these nice Cadillacs. So I would go on a date. And when I would go on a date and I'd go to the young girl's house in high school and the mom and them let me in and we come out on a date, I would always park my car down, my father's car down. And so sometimes I would walk to like just a raggedy car on the block or just a regular car on the block. So one time it was a car, didn't look all that good. So me and the girl come out of her parents' house and I start walking to that car. She said, "We going in this?" That's what she said. I said, "Yeah." She said, "I don't want to go." I said, "Okay." And she started walking to the house and I pushed the alarm and went and got in the caddy. Because if she didn't want to get in this with me, why should she get in that? She ain't trying to be with me. She trying to see what I got. She don't like the car. She don't like me. I need a woman gonna get in any car I get that gonna get on the bus with me. It'd be like, "I ain't got no car. I can't get you. We gonna take the bus." She's like, "Okay, cool. All right, this my boo right here." She like, "Okay, cool. Whatever you doing, I'm with you." That's a wife. That's the girlfriend. That's the one you want. You want the girlfriend where you get laid off, you go, "Babe, I get laid off, I got work. I got 2 more weeks to work. I'm gonna get them paid. And then my money sucked up. My money messed up, baby. And then I gotta go try to find another job or something." You need a woman that's gonna say, "What we gonna do?" she ain't gonna say what you gonna do. She gonna say, "What we gonna do?" She ready for some solutions. She ready. She ready to make it do what it do. She gonna say, "What we gonna do? What we gonna do, babe?" Then you tell her, we gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? You working, just pay this much, you gonna cover this, I'm gonna go on the back end. Was I disappointed? No, I wasn't disappointed. Why would I be disappointed? I'm the catch, I'm the man. What I'll be disappointed for? I don't even know her. She's just a girl I'm just trying to take out. Because if I didn't want to be disappointed, I could have just parked it right in front of the house. So I was ready for whatever. I wasn't disappointed. I had started doing that because, okay, when I was young, my daddy bought it. My daddy bought a Chevy Nova, the little one, had just came out. When I got old enough to drive, I had my own car. And everybody knew my father had these Cadillacs and stuff. So I had friends didn't have cars. They had to borrow their daddy's car, like their daddy Buick or whatever. So we finna go hang out. I said, "Hey man, let's go. Come on, go with me, man. We're gonna run around and stuff." And a brother that ain't got no car that's driving his daddy car, I got my own car, asked me, "Why don't you get your daddy car?" So right then I didn't like that because I was like, "You don't even got your own car. Why you want me to go get my daddy Cadillac when my daddy got me my own car? I love my little car. You tripping. And you don't even got a car. And I got a car. And instead of you just being happy and we get in the car, go have fun, you want me to go get my daddy car and make my daddy think I don't appreciate the car he gave me to drive you around? Are you serious?" So when I seen dudes was like that, I started checking to see if the girls was like that. Bro, you don't have a car. You driving your mama's Buick. Your mama and daddy, they got one car, they got a Buick. We got two cars. We got my daddy got a Cadillac for him, and I got a Chevy Nova. Me and you, we teenagers, we finna get in this Chevy, we finna go have fun. You want me to go get my daddy car, and you don't have a car. So I'm like, go get my daddy car. Because I wasn't thinking about my daddy car. I didn't care nothing about his car. I don't care nothing about no cars like that. I don't care. I don't care about cars. I don't care about that kind of stuff like that. If I get a car and it's a car I like and I get it, I'll get in and fix it up, whatever. But I don't care nothing about that car. I don't be thinking about that car. Everybody might like a car they like to fix up and stuff, but I don't worship no cars or nothing like that. No jewelry, no cars. I don't put my mind into that type of stuff. To me, that stuff ain't nothing. Because once you start looking into that stuff, then you said you're a different person than you was when you didn't have it. I'm the same person, so I'm a person. So what? Now I get up buy a car. Now I'm different. I can't really relate to that because there ain't no car or no clothes or nothing better than me. I'm what's up. All that stuff ain't nothing. The car never better than me. That's why I eat right. And that's why a lot of brothers take care of their car, but don't take care of their colon and their kidney and their spleen. You want better care of the car and you take care of yourself. You put the best gas in the car. You put the best oil in the car. You go to the best place to clean the car. And you eating trash. You eating a dead bird. You eating a chicken and a pig and a cow. I would think if you was moving like a king like that, you'd be eating grapes and raspberries. Every time I see them feeding a king, they always feeding them grapes. I ain't never seen them feed them no chicken leg. Show me a king sitting back with somebody feeding them a chicken leg. They always feeding them grapes. Grapes was always the image of being rich, being a king, feeding you grapes. So I was never into that type of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, that kind of stuff could come and go. You know, that's just, the car used to drive me around. I'm the catch. I'm what's the car. No. The car got me. I don't got the car. The car lucky I bought it. I did the car a favor. I did the car and the car dealer a favor getting this junk out. They ain't did nothing for me. So I don't really be tripping on that stuff like that. That stuff get crazy. Next thing you know, you my age, you 70. Okay, what did all that stuff do for you? Time's still gonna go just like that. You know what I'm saying? Time's still gonna go just like that. Anyway. What I don't like about a lot of riches and fancy things is you don't know who you're around. That's what I don't like about it. You don't know, you can't trust nobody. You don't know who with you for you or who is because you got all this stuff. So it's weird. So the more wealth and stuff you flaunt, you can't say you got no friends. All these people is leeches. You got all this money and you got this woman. How do you know she really loves you? You don't. Unless she was there when you built it. But if she came after you got it, you know what I'm saying? That gets a little. That's why that fool in jail. Because he had the money, he had everything, and he thought the whole world was his because he was a rapper. And he's with these so-called high-class women, and they ain't nothing but some more bust downs just like anybody else. They just got some talent and turned it into money, but they ain't no different than no other woman. And he got all caught up, and now look at him. Stabbed up in the hospital, poked up 14 times. Mr. Big Shot. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Shot? You're never gonna get my love. Now I see all you wear, all your fancy clothes. Go listen to that song. And you think you can afford to give you my love. He trying to buy. You think you're higher than every star above. Hey, Mr. Big Stuff, tell me, who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never going to get my love. That's a cold song. She let him know, like, man, all that stuff, I need a man. Really, that stuff don't make you no good man. You know, when you get money and you get around everybody getting money, you be around all scumbuckets. This is a fact. When you get money and you get around the money dudes, none of them is worth a quarter. It's the worst group of regular people that's working hard and making it is way better company than successful people. The dude that got the brand new Bentley or whatever is the worst people you ever want to meet in your life. I've been around all kind of people, and them dudes is the worst. The worst people ever. They really empty. They got nothing. All they got is the stuff. Once they not talk about the stuff, they don't have nothing else to talk about. One time I went to a party. Big money man had the party. We all went, we was getting money. This fool came and sat at the table with 2 Rolexes on, both arms. He put 2 watches on. He done forgot that a watch is just to tell time. He got 2 watches on. 2 really expensive watches on. Planned this big dinner, had all this food, had all this expensive liquor, invite everybody to show. Come on, y'all, eat, and I bought all this. I'm the man. And I was high ranking with the thing, so I was there when everybody left. He started complaining, bro, they were gonna come eat up all my food, come drink up all my stuff. And I didn't even say nothing. Like, bro, he invited them. Hold on. I'm telling you, he invited them to come to his big home. And he had all this food and all this liquor and all his jewelry on, all this high class stuff. He invited them to come eat his liquor, drink his liquor, and eat his food. And when they left, he said, man, just come, just eat up all my food, drink up. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I just drank some more of his shit. So I can tell you. I could have sworn you invited him. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I could have sworn you invited them. You invited them. I never went back to none of that stuff after that. Well, I did go back one time. I went back one time. And when I went that time, they had a bunch of people that was having a good time. And somebody left. As soon as they left, him and his wife started talking about him. As soon as they walked out the door, they like, man, he ain't this. He just was smiling. He left. They started talking about him like a dog before he got to the car. About 45 minutes later, somebody left. He started talking about them before they got to the car. So I said, I ain't leaving. They didn't think that was too funny. They didn't like that. When they talked about the second person as soon as they left, I said, I tell you this, I ain't leaving. And then the whole party, you know, Pharaoh be messing up the stuff. You know, I messed the whole party up. My queen at the time, she was mad at me. She said, you ain't even had to bust them out like that. She didn't like it. I said, I tell you one thing, I ain't leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here till y'all go to bed. Y'all go to bed, then I'll leave. Oh, my soul. I'm not walking out of here. Y'all finna talk about me and my queen as soon as we hit the door. I'm not leaving. Finally, when we did leave, get a car. So I can't believe you said that. You didn't have to say that. I said they talked about everybody, smiled in everybody's face and talked about everybody like a dog as soon as they got out the door. You mean I shouldn't have said that? I'm a nice person. Because if I was a scumbag, I'd rob them for that. I'm supposed to liberate their belongings. I'm supposed to drop you off and come back, knock on the door. Hey, what's up, man? I forgot something. What'd you forget? I forgot to take all this stuff. Lay down. I know you was talking about me when I left. Where the money at? Shut up. Don't cry. You know? That's why I should have did. I'm a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Hater. Stop playing with me on BDGD Vice Lord. I went around him because he was real nice to me, put me in the game, did a lot of stuff for me. He was a nice person. He was nice, though. He was cool. It's just, I didn't like that, you know? Some people will be cool and then still do funny style stuff, but they'll still overall be cool. He'll still would have helped anybody, right? But he just, y'all know how people are. They just be kind of tripping sometimes. I don't even think they be knowing what they be doing. He ain't no bad guy. But he is the kind of guy to sleep with your woman, though. So I guess he is a bad guy. Because he will sleep with your woman behind your back and stuff like that. I had a girl and I broke up with her. I broke up with a lady because I thought she was too young for me. I wanted her to go to college. She was beautiful. And so he ended up talking to her, which, I mean, she don't belong to me, so I really didn't count. I was with another woman. I was with another queen. And there's a female friend, all of us. So I went in the store, me and my new queen. And the mutual female friend thought my new queen was the one that I wasn't with no more, that he was with. And went and told him that she seen me in the store with the one I had left. And it wasn't even her. Gossip. Went and told her I seen Ram in the store and he was with Q, I ain't gonna say her name, was with G, and I wasn't even with G. I was with somebody else. You so busy gossiping, you don't even know what, because obviously she don't know that, Why is you going telling this man I was with somebody in the store that I wasn't with, and you thinking I'm with somebody that I used to be with that he with now? Like, what? So I used to avoid that kind of stuff. She went back and said I was with the one I broke up with. And that wasn't even her. Ain't that crazy? You understand? You know what I'm saying? So I just stayed out the way. Go get my product and go home. That's why I didn't do gossip. I stayed out the way. I never was in the gossip column. One of the other guys that's in the gossip column, the one told me that gossip. Well, I never would even knew if it wasn't for his newspaper, radio news WBBM radio talking ass. He went, man, so-and-so went and said, so-and-so said you was with so-and-so. I said, I wasn't, I was with, yeah, I just be on the phone like, man, I just called you, see how you was doing, man. I don't want to hear no, I don't do so-and-so and so-and-so. I don't even do all that. When you get out my car, I don't start talking about you. You know, I don't do that kind of weird stuff. I'm with you, get out the car. Once you get out the car, I'm on a whole nother mode. I'm not thinking about you no more. I'm with you. We talking, boom, boom, boom. When you get out the car, I'm finna do what the rest I got to do the rest of the day. My mind is not on you. I can't wait to get somewhere and talk about you. Like, who got time? Like, how do you got time in your mind? How do you do that? How do you got time in your mind to store that? Don't you got other stuff to do? I be having stuff to do. I got to think about that. I ain't got time to think about you and what you was just saying in this car and all that. As soon as you walk out the car, that whole episode is over. We on a whole new channel watching a whole new program now. I don't understand people. But I hope y'all brothers got the message. Stay out of jail. Stay out of jail. Stay out of prison. Stop running around with a bunch of company. Okay? The black man, you're supposed to be done with that by 22, 23 years old. All that should be done. You should be now on a solo mission. All that running around with the guys. Maybe you could keep doing it till you're 30 if you're a late bloomer and you was like a weirdo lame and you wasn't outside like that. So you wasn't hanging out with dudes in high school, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school. You wasn't hanging out with the guys. So you ain't never hung out with the guys. So you kind of late. So now you're a grown ass man and you trying to do high school stuff. But after you done hung out with the guys all through 7th grade, 8th grade, really 6th grade, summer, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, high school. Then you got high school, you're 18, okay, 19, 20. Yeah, you want to go because now you're feeling grown, 21 and 22. You still with the boys, with the guys, you 23, 24, 25. Okay, something wrong with you. You still want to do little boy stuff. That's little boy stuff. Grown men won't hang out. We'll hang out. No, we're not coming. No, we're not watching the game. I'm a grown ass man. You're like, so you ain't gonna watch the game? I might watch the game at home with my wife and my children. But I'm not finna have no men come up in my house watching no game. I'm a man with a wife and children. Once I get a woman, I'm hanging out with my women and the children. When I'm not with my wife, I'm by myself. If I want something to do, I do it with the children. I'm at home trying to dog my son and my daughters on the game or something like that. That's how I live my life. I'm at home. What you doing around? I'm at home trying to beat my daughter on this cooking mama, and I keep burning my food and losing, and she keep winning, and she think it's funny. Yeah, I don't mess with couples. I found that you and your friends have a long friendship as long as you don't wear out your welcome with each other. As long as you give each other space, you will have a long friendship. You get all up under each other. No, I'm definitely not doing no me and my woman with you and your woman and stuff. I know women wanted that. That's why I break up with them. I don't mess with no women like that. And they never really find a strong relationship again either when they want to do that stuff. I'm not doing that. If you want to do that, just don't have no children, because you ain't no good. If you want to do all that, getting together and like weirdo stuff, just don't have no children. And ladies, when you with a man and he always like, it's you and him, and he always want to get like in some couple stuff and have these guys, he might be gay. Yeah, he might be gay. If he want to be under men too much and he always want to see men and he's like men, yeah, he might be gay. And he's all prissy and a whole bunch of cologne in his nails and all that, and it's all, you know what I'm saying? And all the dudes that come, they all perky up like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he might be gay. Well, is it because they be misunderstanding that married people should only hang out with married people? Married people shouldn't be, grown ups don't hang out with nobody. Grown ups don't hang out. Kids hang out. Teenagers hang out. College kids hang out. Grown people don't hang out. You grown, you hanging out, what you doing? I can't stand women that want to hang out. That's why it's hard to find a relationship, because you got a grown ass woman, she want to hang out. So when you meet grown up that want to hang out, these are people that's basically socially retarded. They didn't get to do certain things they should have been able to do in high school and in college. They didn't get to do that. So they're like some big ass high school, college people. Because everybody don't get to enjoy life like that as a teenager, like you're supposed to. You retarded. You slow. You retarded. So you trying to do some stuff you should have been. That should have been done. Yo, freshman, sophomore, and senior year. You should, for senior year. Then that first 4 years you would have went to college. You supposed to be did that already. How long you gonna do that? When I grew up, men didn't do that. When I was growing up, my daddy and Mr. Smith and they never did that. Mr. Smith is down there with his wife and children. My daddy down here with his wife and children. Black families didn't do none of that weird old teenager stuff when they ain't got married. Well, you got these people all up in your house babbling and drinking and babbling up in your house. You know what I'm saying? And then my daddy would only go see his brothers every now and then. Even my uncle Oscar and my cousins. We was not at their house maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. And they be at our house maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. That's it. My daddy wasn't our family always with my uncle's family. You know, don't no married man and wife hang out. We don't hang out. Ain't no married couple want to be sitting around no couples. That's for slow people. That's for people didn't have no good childhood. They ain't have a good childhood. They ain't get that out their system in high school. They slow. That's what's really be. They slow. They doing high school stuff. High school is when a bunch of people sitting around being goofy, talking goofy stuff. Adults don't do that. That's high school. I swear to God. You get that out your system in high school and college. That's college lifestyle. College was when me and my one girlfriend and you and your girlfriend, him and his girlfriend, we go do stuff. We 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, we do. Yeah. At that age, yeah, we go out as couples. Yeah, definitely. College age, definitely. Definitely. But then we dealing with a group that don't have no babies either. We dealing with a group that don't have babies. Because babies raising children is work. And you ain't got no lot of free time. Oh, good to see you, Shimo. Shout out to everybody in South Africa. You know, when you have babies. So once my mom and daddy had me and my sister, I'm born in 58, she born in 59. They, you know what I'm saying? I remember I'm born in 58 and my sister born in 59. And I remember, my parents really young then, right? My parents born in the 30s. So they having us in 58, 59. So they in their 20s. And we lived in an apartment building when I was a little bitty boy. And I remember, right? I remember these older women would be at our apartment and they'd be playing music and dancing. They would be picking me up, dancing with me. And I just really liked something about being up against them ladies' chest, right? I thought that was the best thing in the whole world. All these grown women kissing on me and dancing with me. I thought that was beautiful. But by the time we moved and got a house, and now I'm 4 going on 5, and my sister 5. I'm 4 going on 5. My sister 3 going on 4. They stopped all that. So that once we moved, I remember my parents maturing, and now they maturing, and they only doing family stuff. They ain't doing no more people all up in the house. They all that. They weren't doing none of that. They was going to work, coming home, and spending their time with their children. That's it. All the fun we had as a family. And every blue moon, my uncle Oscar would come with my cousins and his wife, or we would go over there. And that wouldn't happen no more than 3 times a year at the most. Most times, 2 times a year, we see each other. That's it. And that's my daddy's brother. So sometimes he would go see my uncle by himself, and they would hook up by themselves. Sometimes and go down south. My daddy and my uncle Oscar would go get together and drive down south, visit a relative, and come back. They would do stuff like that. But as far as exposing the whole family to people all the time, black people didn't do that. And the children, we wasn't interested to do that because it was the baby boomers. So we had a life already because it's 1,000 kids outside. I mean, on our block, on a slow day, it's 12 kids out there. That's a slow day. On when everybody out and at home, it could easily be 20 kids out there. Easily. So we wasn't trying to be around mom and daddy either. We ain't trying to be around them. We trying to be outside. We playing running bases. We playing strikeout. We playing baseball, basketball, football. We riding bikes. We ride swing bikes. My sister and them, they dropping hopscotch. They playing double dutch. They playing with jacks. We outside. We playing catch a girl, kiss a girl. We playing Captain May I. You know what I'm saying? We playing the devil and the pitchfork. We playing. So we really wasn't interested in coming in and dealing with no adults either. When I was growing up, your team was to keep children on the block. Y'all was a team. You was a social team. So when I grew up, me and Jesse and Richard and Curtis and Gail and Leslie and Alan and Keith and I can't even name them all. Gregory and the other Gregory Hawkins, and I can't even name everybody. We was a team. We outside. And mama ain't going nowhere none because she got to stay at the nest where the babies is coming in and out the nest. So all the mamas is at home. They not socializing. Miss Mosley is at home. Miss Stewart is at home. Miss Wheels is at home. Miss Henning is at home. Hawkins, all the mamas is at home. They children outside running in and out. And when the mamas come out on the porch and she see Miss Mo say, "Hey girl," that's it. Hey, hey, miss, like that. They didn't socialize. They was just, hey, hey, that was it. It was very nice. They liked each other, but they didn't hang out. Neighbors didn't hang out. Neighbors didn't hang out. Yeah, cousins and stuff like that. Every now and then you get together and deal with the cousins and stuff like that. Yep. But it was never no outside hanging out. It was always your unit, your house, doing your chores in your house, playing at your house, going to school, getting your grades in this house. We got an age where they getting together and hanging out and look at the grades, Ross. Look at the grades. The dumbest kids we've ever had. So yeah, we got the new thing where all the cousins get together and play, and that's all the fuck they do is play. Cause they all of them failing, except one or two of them. All the kids is dumb. All of them is dumb. So you're right. In this time with the young people coming up now, they getting together with all the children together. Okay? All the children together, kaka kiki. And the boys in 8th grade and read the 4th grade level too. They can't read. Because all they do is kaka and kiki and kaka. The boys the boys in the 8th, 9th grade read at the 4th grade level, and the girl's pregnant her junior year or senior year. So yeah, they hanging out, teaching each other bad habits. Is one loser cousin hanging with everybody, turn everybody into a loser. What you mean? What about it? Be specific. I don't know what you mean. When the kids was growing out of the house, do you turn back to a little a high school? You start acting like high school? Is that what you're saying? Because I was raised that the less people you hang around with, the less people you fall out with. So we're not gonna get it messed up, Wood. It ain't no decent people to hang with. Most of the people you're gonna hang with gonna stab you in your damn back. So the idea of hanging out is cool, no. Because there's very few people decent enough to hang out with. Unless I'm living on the moon. Most of y'all friends ain't shit. If you got 5 friends, 4 of them ain't shit right now. As a matter of fact, cousins now is just as messed up as the friends. Cousins used to be cool. Your cousin ain't shit now. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I don't know what I'm talking about. Do y'all really believe there's a lot of decent brothers that's been in my age category for me to hang out with? Who believed that? Who believed when I was 40, 45? Who believed that there was some cool dudes for me to hang out with that don't want to sleep with your wife and don't want to talk about you behind your back? Who? Because maybe I'll come from Mars or something. Maybe I'll come from another planet. Because from what I know, people ain't shit. Now, you could take me anywhere right now where there's a bunch of young people sitting around that's in their 20s or something like that, and some young couples, and I could point out all the phonies, because there's phonies there. And if you go and analyze them and ask, could you come back in 7 years and interview them, I bet you they be them fell out. I bet you go back and say, where's Shirley? I don't mess with Shirley no more. Shirley, whoa, 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 just like that. I guarantee they're going to stab you in your back. The older generation, my parents and them, they never turned their back to you so you couldn't stab them. They kept their distance. So they always stayed cool. You can't stab me in my back if I'm not around you. You can only stab me in my back when I put my faith in you and I'm around you a lot. That's the first thing you brothers need to learn. First thing y'all need to learn is if you want to stop getting stabbed in the back, stop having your back there where they can stab you in it. Keep your distance. The more you keep your distance, the cooler you're going to be with everybody. But when you all up at everybody, it's going to turn bad. Let's take a break. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. You're rocking with the realest alive. You know, so people be like, so what you supposed to do? I like to go to impersonal. I don't like personal events. I like impersonal events. So if I'm dating a woman and I meet you and you like a lot of personal events, this relationship not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because you like to go up under Susie Ann and Betty Smith and hey girl, and that's not gonna work. I like to go to a movie theater or go to a concert where I don't know none of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit I like. I don't like personal entertainment. I don't like that. Because that always go bad. I like to go where don't nobody know me and my queen and we out having a good time. Just me and you. We out in the world enjoying life. I don't like fun. It's not fun to me sitting up under no motherfuckers. I want to see you every now and then. Cool. But I do not want to see you. That is not my idea of fun or no good time. My idea of good time is going on the river cruise where you can pay and go see the architecture. Going out to the arboretum where you can see the trees. Going to a concert. Just me and you, babe. Go to the concert. We don't know none of these people. We just having a good time. Sitting up under people. No, I did that in high school. I'm too grown for that. I'm not doing that. Ladies, if you meet a man that like to be up under dudes, just my boy, don't ever marry him. Ladies, you better listen to me. Because he don't got leadership quality. And what you did, you married a big-ass little boy. You married a big-ass little boy. And he talked too much. That's why he always up under my boy. I thought you was a man. And you hanging out with your boy. This is why you ladies end up with the baby by yourself. Because you married a big-ass, stupid-ass boy. He not a father. Because ain't no father going to leave his son to go hang with his boy. My daddy spent all his time with me and my sister and my mama. My daddy ain't never had no boys that he hung around no damn boys. He came home to his family every day. It's not until your family get hurt in a fire or something before you realize how precious they is. Why you don't want to be with your family every day. That's not enough. You got to have a house full of motherfuckers. If you're a man right now, you watching me, and you got a wife, you got some children, and you always got to have a bunch of people, that means you don't cherish your wife and your children. They ain't enough for you. That's not enough for you. You need more. What is more precious to be around than your children and your wife, or your children and your husband? What is better than that? How is anything more fun than that? And people that hang out gonna be divorced. They're not gonna have long marriages. One of the reasons my marriages went like that, because there was women that didn't know how to sit the fuck down. They hung out too much. You can't keep no marriage like that. You can't keep no marriage when you out. Marriage is this, then, in. When you put the ring on your finger, it's round. It's not open. It's not a string. It's a circle. Close knit. Keep it together. It's a group. Me and my wife and my children, we fit in here. I'm telling you what I know. If they like all this extra stuff, all that extra stuff that your wife want to do or that your husband going to do, all that extra stuff is going to be in your marriage. There's going to be people in your marriage. It's going to be people talking about your relationship, in your marriage, in your family, in your business. And that's going to put a strain on your relationship. For sure. Especially men, because your wife going to be with a bunch of chicks that's single, that don't nobody want them. And they're going to try to encourage your wife that they just living a life, because misery loves company, and they're going to be trying to make your woman leave you. Because single women create single women. So if your woman is hanging around some chicks, you might as well kiss her ass goodbye. You might as well kiss her goodbye. Because she ain't no wife and she ain't no mother. She belonged to the streets. She liked the streets. She a road lizard. Same for the man. Ladies, if you marry a man and he always got to see Johnny, how old is he? Maybe he wasn't old enough to get married yet. He started talking about, I got to do something. He telling you ain't enough. Because that's what people be hinting when they say, well, Pharaoh, what you supposed to do? These is people letting you know their marriage not enough. They don't cherish each other. They bored. They never should have got married. If your wife ain't enough to entertain you every day, why'd you marry? What else do you need but your husband and your wife, especially after you raise your children? After you raise these children all these years, and I'm talking about all these years. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have one child in 1980. That child going to be grown in 2001. But what about the one you had in 1987? That one ain't going to be gone till 2008. So you're going to be a parent from 2001 to 2008 because you got to put both children in there. So if you got a certain amount of children, that's the longer you got to be parenting. Because you got to be parenting from when the baby get grown to when the oldest one get grown. So when the oldest one get grown, they gone, but the other children, you still parenting. So by the time you finally get them out the nest, these are people. So if you got 3 children, these are people. You're dealing and you're taking care of people and you're raising people. And when they get out the nest, the last thing you want to do, be bothered with, is some more people. You done raised 3 people and got them out of here, and now it's time for you and baby girl to go live and not be up under no people. So I'm not understanding no grown adult that raised a bunch of children and not want to be under some people. No. We like, shoot, I want to be free. Yes, I am. So now we want to be free. Just me and you. Just me and you. Ooh, baby. We don't want to see Charlie, Bolly, or Wally. Come on. We don't want to see nobody. Now, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you ain't raised no children. Now, if you was out living your life and enjoying yourself in high school and your mate wasn't, now your mate's going to be chasing it and y'all going to get a divorce because you ain't going to match because you got that out your system and they didn't. So they still want to run up and down. So that's where the mismatch comes. You got to make sure the person that you marry had the same type of childhood you had if you was able to really enjoy your childhood. Because if they didn't, they ain't going to never grow up. They're going to be chasing it. They got to go somewhere, They trying to catch up for what they didn't have in their childhood. So when you marry somebody that didn't have a really exciting and social childhood, they don't never grow up. They old ass be in the club right now. And some of them in the club right now. Spinning around dancing in the club. Mid-50s, 50s, 60s. At the club every week. Dancing and twirling around. At the Steppers Club. Losers. Who the hell? What? That's why you see them running around like that. So when you see people talking about, well, what we supposed to do? We supposed to do all this social stuff. They didn't get to do it. They didn't get, and that's why it's very important to make sure your children get a good social life when they little. Make sure they go places a lot. Make sure they go places. Make sure they go to the movies if you can. And we have to work to do that because we don't have the system no more for them to do that. So our children grow up, they never gonna grow up. Our children ain't gonna never grow up because we destroyed all they fun that we used to have. The children can't have it no more. So your son ain't gonna never grow up because he had to be stuck in the house playing the game so he don't get hurt out in the streets. So now he gonna be 30, 40, 50 years old, outside, because he didn't get to do it when he was young. This is a social thing we gotta fix socially. This is nothing you can fix with your child. This is what all the children today, this is what they're going through. They lack a social fun. They can't do nothing. They didn't have fun like I did. And that's the bad thing about not having no babies. Because when you just want to have one stinking baby and you got one stinking baby, there ain't enough kids for them to have no fun. So now that's more work. It's less work when you got more children because they keep each other company. When you ain't got no children, your children grow up, they be messed up. That's how this young generation finna be. Because they ain't had no babies no more. They don't want to have no babies. Their children gonna be all messed up. Because they grew up with nobody to play with. So they're gonna lack social skills. They don't lack social skills. It's sad. When I go on blocks now, and there be no children outside playing. It might be, if it's a block with a lot of kids, it's 5. That's a lot of kids now. 5 kids outside playing. You don't see children outside playing no more. When I was growing up, it was children everywhere. It was children playing. It was children everywhere. The parks were full of children. Go to a park now. Ain't nobody at the park. It might be some young lady there with her baby, but ain't no children at the park. Ain't no second graders, third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders running around playing no more. Hell no. Y'all ain't got no babies. You ain't got no babies no more. You ain't got no babies. All them gonna grow up and be weirdos. They ain't gonna have no social life. And they always in danger because a bunch of children, you can't kidnap no children when it's 15, 20 of them outside. But if it's just 3 of them out there, you got to sit on the porch and watch them. You understand? You understand? Dating, dating, adults don't date. I see it now. It's hard to find a woman because these women, they're going to be 50 or so, try to talk to them, they want to go on dates. Adults don't date. We don't go on dates. That's something white people taught y'all. And me and my wife said, man, I want some food from that restaurant. We just go get the food. We not on no date though. We going to get something to eat. But now it's a date. It's weirdo shit. We never used to name that shit. If I'm with you and the movie come out, say, hey man, you want to go see that movie? We just go and see the movie. It's not a date. Like, babe, I'm gonna take you on a date to go see a movie. That sound. I don't know. That sound retarded. So we going to the movie. This a date? I thought we just going to the movies. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a date, which is crazy. I got to take a woman on a date. I got to act like it's a date instead of we just going to get something to eat. So now every time I take you to get something to eat and stuff like that, because I didn't call it a date, you're going to feel like you ain't never went nowhere. You're going to forget all of that. So you're going to take me for granted. You ever been with a woman, she said, we don't go nowhere. And you just said, we went here, there. She said, oh, yeah. Y'all ever been to that? You tell her, what, we went here, we went to that. She go, oh, yeah. What do you mean, oh, yeah? You ask them, remember when we went to see Maxwell? She don't remember. The same one, you know what I'm saying? The same one said you need to take on a date. She don't even remember when you went out, they did nothing. Crazy people. So now you're supposed to be 65. I'm supposed to be 65. I'm supposed to go spray a bunch of cologne on, put on some certain clothes, and me and my wife, we on a date. That's crazy as hell. Call it a date because it wasn't no date. It wasn't no date. Like, it's not a date. We're going to get something to eat. It's not a date. Dating is something you do when you're trying to get to know each other. A date was new people. I meet you and we went on dates. And a date was something you went on to get to know somebody. Now a date is what prostitutes, when you pick up a prostitute, that's a date. But a date, once you was married, you didn't go on dates. Dating was courting. They call it courting. So dating is something you did to get to know each other. Once you get to know each other, you're not on no date. They teaching this women this. So now the women want you to recreate the feeling you created when you first met her, and she's going to be unsatisfied. So that's why these women jump from men to men to men to get that first time feeling again. Because once I take you out that first time we go on a date and you like that feeling and we end up being a couple, you want me to recreate that feeling, but I can't recreate that feeling because you didn't know me and I didn't know you. Now we know each other. How you want me to recreate that? How you want me to recreate that when we first got together and the 5 times when I took you to the 5 best restaurants in Chicago? How am I outdo that? It ain't no 5 new best ones. It's the same ones as the best ones. So you're never going to get that same feeling like the first time you went to that restaurant. You can't recreate that. You can't recreate that feeling at the beginning. So we teaching women that they're supposed to feel that all the time, which is wrong. Because typically, boom, next thing you know, we have a sex, we're going to have a baby. So we're in a whole different world now. When I met you, it was just me and you. But now it's me and you and 2 children. You want me to recreate what we had when it was just me and you and act like we don't got 2 children? We can never go back and do that again. I can never give you that feeling again. That's where a lot of women is messing up. They trying to get that old feeling. I can't give you that no more. So then they break up, they date somebody different, and they get that feeling. But then he can't do it no more either. That's it. That cannot be repeated. It's psychology. It's all psychological. You can't repeat that. So now you're trying to fly to Cancun, you're trying to fly everywhere to try to repeat that, but you can't repeat that. You're just throwing money away. You can't repeat. You can't fall in love if you're already in love. How the hell you gonna fall in love? How the hell you gonna fall in love again and you're already in love? That don't even make no sense. But I guess. Psychologically, me with natural ability as a psychiatrist, a psychoanalyst, sociologist, to me it doesn't make sense. We're trying to create some false narrative. Why? Because they put that shit on TV and you're watching these soap operas and you're watching these people on TV telling you this stuff. And why? Because guess what? Guess how much money they make if they teach you that you're supposed to go on dates. That's just for money. You taught that by the system. The system teach you to go on dates. Why wouldn't they? They need you to get in these damn restaurants. So they sell you that. Then you think it's really something. Because you watch TV. TV be brainwashing. The whole Prince Charming and Snow White and all of the TV shows is all brainwashing. So you got somebody like Tyler Perry making all these movies about relationships and stuff, and he don't even like women. But he making relationship movies. You think that shit gonna be real? How he gonna make a relationship movie real when he gay? How he gonna make what he gonna do is mislead us. His movie's gonna mislead us. That's why all his movies is I don't be liking his movie. I don't be liking his stuff. Because you can tell a gay man made that stuff. When you watch his TV shows and everything, you can tell. Not no real father or no real husband made that stuff. Because once you get married and have children, you on autopilot. You got to be on autopilot. It can't be all this thinking and all this extra stuff. Men gonna tell you that. But no, it's not real. They're gonna tell you that you're supposed to be always coming in with a bunch of cologne on and always trying to do all this extra stuff for your wife. And what you get back is sex, same sex. But you the one got to do new stuff. They don't tell women they got to do nothing new. They don't tell women they don't tell them nothing. They got the men got the job to always try to be more impressive and do something and keep her sparked. It's the most ridiculous shit ever. Why? Because they don't take no value in the children. And once you get with a woman to have a children, that's what it is. Until they 40 years old. That's all it's about is the children. It ain't never about me and you. It ain't never about you and your woman. It's always about the children. That's it. You put together to have babies. That's what it does. But you ain't godly, so you ain't living how God made you. You are put together to be fruitful and multiply. That's it. You're not put together to date. You put together, put some more people here and help them and raise them and grow them up. And that's what your life is about. Period. And that's where your joy should be at. In that. So my parents never went to the movies without me and my sister. They never went on dates. Every time we went to a restaurant, we went to a restaurant. My daddy never took my mama to a restaurant and left us at home. That's the kind of nut stuff y'all doing now. That's why you horrible parents. Because you want the relationship to be bigger than the parenting. You want the relationship to trump the parenting. That's why your children get molested. Because you want to go on a date. You want to call a babysitter to watch the children while you and your husband go on a date. And you left this person with your baby. Because you was a big-ass teenager. You think you're going to prom. You and your husband going to prom. What kind of grown people with some children going on a date? That sounds stupid as hell. My mom and daddy never went on no date. We went to get something to eat, all of us. We went to the movies, all of us. My mom and daddy never went to the movies by themselves, ever. They never went on no vacation. We went on a vacation, the whole family. My mom and daddy never went to have dinner without us, ever. My sister could tell you. My mom and daddy never went to dinner without us. The family went to dinner. The family went to the drive-in. The family went to the movie. The family went on vacation. The family went downtown. The family went to the mall. My mom and daddy never went nowhere without me and my sister, unless it was like something for a job, like a cotillion or a banquet they was invited to. But as far as them going and enjoying themselves, they never did that without their children. Period. So, of course, young people, you want a bunch of young people get together, because first, y'all don't want to have no babies. At first, y'all don't want to have no babies. So y'all can dream about going around being some big old stupid adults going on a date, because you ain't got no children. Anytime I get with a woman and she got children and she's stuck on that stuff, she don't really be that good of a mama. Because mama trying to run the streets, and you can't be no mama and no daddy. If you want to do that, then wait for you to have some children. And that's why we don't want to have no children. You know why they don't want to have no children? Because they want to be children themselves. They want to be big-ass, stupid-ass kids. They want to be like college kids their whole life. They don't want to have no children and settle down. It's called settle down. It ain't called run around. So now once you have children, ain't no more you and the husband do nothing. As a matter of fact, you can't even have no romantic situation until you make sure they done fall asleep, because you don't want them to hear you in there. You don't want, mom and daddy don't want y'all to hear that. So mom and daddy sneaking and having sex. These are facts. By the time mom and daddy have sex, you knocked out. Or they in there doing it quietly. My mom and dad had a lock on the door. A latch they would pull, so we don't accidentally open up the door. But I never heard my mom and daddy having sex, ever. And I never seen my mom in nothing sexy, ever. She always had a robe on. I don't know what was on under there. She always, when she is around the house chilling and got out the bed, she got a robe on. As soon as she wake up, she go put clothes on and come out. She don't walk around there with her robe on. I never seen my parents look sexy or look like they had sex or nothing. Never. I never seen my daddy without his pants on. Think about that. I never seen my daddy in his underwear walking around through the house. Never. When he come out that room, he got his pants and his shirt on. He might have on a t-shirt, but he got on his pants. And black folks didn't walk around barefoot. They had house shoes on. Nobody walked around with their feet out. It was a very respectable time. And if you don't get back to that, then you ain't going to get back to no decency. Stop talking about, we want to get rid of the gangs. We want to do all that. But you don't want to do it the way that's supposed to be done. We got gangs and all that because some families start breaking away from that. And they lived in the projects and stuff. And they start breaking away from decency. And they start creating gangs. And then them gangs spread. And them gangs come out of the worst areas. Wasn't no gangs in the communities where black people was buying out, taking care of themselves like that. All them gangs came from the low end, 35th Street, 63rd Street, with the people that didn't work to get the hell out of the ghetto, the lazy ones. Yeah, I said it. The lazy ones, the ones that drink a lot, the ones that got on drugs. Them was the ones gave birth to them gangbangers. Daddy's a drunk or a dope fiend. Mama's a drunk or a dope fiend. Then they make the gangs. Then the gangs come out trying to terrorize all us. They come out trying to terrorize the children that got good families. Here you come. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm 67. I'm born 1958. Born and raised Chicago. And lived in LA. So I know black folks. I know black folks and went to Alabama every year. So I know black folks in Alabama, Mississippi. I know what y'all doing. I know what black folks doing in LA, Chicago. I know what y'all doing in these cities. I know what y'all doing in the country and in these cities. I know black people to the max. I'm probably one of the foremost experts because of that time period that I'm living. I'm living at the perfect time period to know black people. From 1958 to now, that covers the whole gamut. That's for sure. That's for sure. And I'm outside, so I know what the shorties is on GDVD Vice Lords. I know what the shorties is on, too. Now, if you don't get back to the old stuff, you're out of here. Gotta get back to the original way. And the original way is get together, you meet somebody, you fall in love, you get married, till death do you part, and you have some children, and you sacrifice your life for your children. And all that, and you automatically gonna stay together because you got your children. So mama ain't got to convince daddy to stay. Daddy ain't got to flip hoops to get you to stay. You got children. What you gonna do? You gonna leave the children? So if this man ain't jumping over hoops and I want to take you out on a date, you gonna leave your children? Because them people back then, they ain't leaving their children for nothing. Because they not concentrating on a husband and a wife. They concentrating on the children. And I keep telling y'all, a relationship is not between a man and a woman. A relationship is the mother, father, and the children. A relationship is the whole family. You didn't turn the relationship and just into two people, the woman and the man. That's not a relationship. A relationship, the root word is relatives. So all of the relatives in that house is the relationship. Me and my sister and my mama and my daddy are relatives. And we had a relationship. A relationship is not my mama and my daddy. That's not a relationship. That's why on Valentine's Day, my daddy bought all of us candy. Y'all trying to teach the young people that a relationship is just a man and a woman. Which is nonsense. And that's why the black family is destroyed. That's why the black family is destroyed. Destroyed. That's why the black family is destroyed. Gone. This is a relationship. My mom and daddy is not a relationship. All four of us is a relationship. My mom, my daddy, and me and my sister. That was our relationship. And on Valentine's Day, my daddy bought all three of us candy. He did not just buy stuff for my mother. He never just did nothing for my mother. He did something. With anything he did, he always did it for all three of us. Everything. There was never no separate stuff for them. My mama never did no separate stuff. My daddy never did no separate stuff. It was all in. My mom and dad did not go on no dates and leave us at home. So y'all talking weirdo stuff when you start talking to me about dates. I'm on grown man time. You see me back there? I was raised by a real man. My daddy my daddy and mama didn't go nowhere without me and my sister. Never. Look how big we is. This been happening since we was babies. It's been like that since we was babies. That's a fact. They ain't never used to go and be leaving us at home, going on no date. The only time they leave us at home is if it's some type of adult party or something that they gotta go to that somebody having, or a banquet. But other than that, no. Like this right here, they went to somebody's banquet. They went to something like at my mama's job. Maybe she got an award at her job or something. So she's getting an award at her job, or it was something going on. And so they went. Maybe Mrs. Smith having a birthday party for Elma, for Mr. Smith, something like that. And it's a bunch of adults, and they don't want to bring all their kids because everybody got kids. So sometimes all these old school couples, one of them having a birthday party at a restaurant, but they got 5 kids, 4 kids, so they ain't finna bring all us. You know what I'm saying? So that was the only time we wouldn't be there because they got too many children. Pharaoh, and it's not because there was a lack of entertainment back then. Entertainment, it's more entertainment back then than it is now. What entertainment now that they didn't have back then? There's more entertainment. You don't only have the movie, you had the drive-in. Y'all ain't got no drive-ins. When was the most music artists out? When was the most live shows? Ain't no live shows now. A live show now is every now and then. So what entertainment they talking about? Somebody get in the chat and name me some adult entertainment. Because I'm missing something. What, going to the boat, gambling your money out? See, they be lying to y'all. If they said that to me, there's more entertainment back there. I'll say, name it. I bet you they can't name it. I bet you it ain't no, what entertainment they got nowadays? Because I would go. There ain't nowhere for me to go. There's no entertainment. We talking about entertainment and going somewhere. Social media is not entertainment. That's not going somewhere. I thought we were talking about going somewhere. No, it's less entertainment. It's way less entertainment now than when it was when I was in high school and when we was coming up. Ain't no entertainment no more, y'all. Man, ain't none of you young people been to go to as many concerts I used to go to. Y'all talking crazy. Y'all ain't going every week. It's the Ozzy Brothers. It's the Ohio Players. It's War. It's that. Y'all don't got concerts like that. Go to Rock Nation and look at the concert tours. You got to wait forever for somebody to come. Who performing live tonight in Chicago? Who going to be performing this weekend in Chicago? Nobody. When I was in high school, it's bands every weekend. Concerts, Come on, man. They ain't got no concerts no more. Amusement parks? You don't got no amusement parks no more. You ain't got no Riverview and stuff like that. You ain't got no go-karts and stuff no more like that. It ain't nothing to do nowadays, to be honest with you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let me tell you something. Entertainment. Me and my mom and daddy, we go to Alabama. We in Birmingham. Entertainment. The record players on. All the children there. All the adults are there. They playing Bid Whist. Y'all can't play no Bid Whist. Y'all don't play no card games. Older black people now, you boring. You don't even keep your tradition. Y'all don't play no Bid Whist. Black folks used to have Bid Whist parties. And the whole family come. When you go visit your relatives, they put the records on. Shame, 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 a fool. And they bow and everybody dancing and drinking and having a great time. It's the whole family. Mom and daddy in there and all the children. The children run around. Me and my cousins, we run around and we watching them play cards and we dancing. Y'all crazy. My mom and them would we'd be upstairs sleeping. My mommy and them would invite some of the neighbors over in the basement and they'd be down there listening to Mom's Mabley and Red Fox and playing cards and laughing. They had, man, we used to have way more fun. My parents had way more fun than I did as an adult. I had way more fun. All my fun was the 70s and the 80s. By the time you got to the 90s, stuff started drying up, too much violence. Shot up all the clubs. Don't know how to act. Then you can't play no instruments. So y'all don't know how to play instruments. You don't got band in school. So if you ain't got band in school and you can't play no instrument, how you gonna have concerts? And y'all go to shows where there's a DJ. Nobody play trumpet. Nobody play trombone. Y'all ain't got no Earth, Wind, and Fire. Who's y'all Earth, Wind, and Fire today? Y'all don't got no Earth, Wind, and Fire. Y'all ain't got no Isley Brothers. Y'all ain't got the Brothers Johnson. Y'all ain't got Gladys Knight and the Pips. Y'all ain't got Aretha Franklin. Y'all ain't got Shaka Khan. Y'all ain't got the Brothers Johnson. Y'all ain't got the Ohio Players. Y'all ain't got the Barcades. You see the records. All these people used to come to town. How much entertainment is that? I got rich in LA on entertainment. I worked reggae shows every weekend. You don't even got concerts like that no more. This summer gonna come and Chicago gonna have a couple concerts. They gonna have a lot of. They gonna try to have a little stuff, but it don't compare. They gonna have Lollapalooza and a couple things, but you know, no, it ain't. My son, and my stepson, they own the game. This day entertainment. They own the game. Yeah, y'all don't go to the skating ring. My mom and dad used to take us to the skating ring. Y'all don't take y'all children to no skating ring. We used to go to the bowling alley. Ain't no bowling alleys. What are you talking about? Entertainment. It was way, boy, listen. There was 1,000 things to do. Where the go-karts? Because my mom and dad used to take us to the go-karts. Used to take us to Funtown on 95th. Who remember Funtown on 95th, right there off of Jeffrey? Who remember Riverview? It was a billion things to do. A billion. roller skating, bowling. We used to bowl. We used to roller skate. We used to go to 55th when it snowed. And my daddy have a sled. And me and my mom, they put on our winter clothes to take and push me and my sister down the hill on the sled. Black folks ain't going, ain't nowhere to sled no more. Ain't nowhere to ice skate. Ain't no roller skating. None of that. There's way less entertainment. Way less entertainment. Even then, you could go in the neighborhood and go watch the little league baseball teams. You just go down to the corner where the baseball field is. Do you know that baseball field in our neighborhood? Ain't nobody out there playing no more. Ain't nobody playing at that baseball field. When I was there taking my daddy, wasn't nobody over there playing baseball. The basketball courts ain't full no more. The basketball courts used to be full. You had to get picked to get out there and play. Basketball court empty. Baseball, ain't no baseball. Black Americans ain't even playing baseball no more. Black Americans ain't even in Major League Baseball no more. It's blacks from South America. We don't play baseball. The bowling alleys all closed. The skating rinks closed. The pool closed. Who remember in the neighborhood had the pool? They had the pool. Everybody go to the pool. In the house, oh man, listen. Black folks in the house then are shut black folks in the house down today. Y'all can't even compete none. Y'all can't even compete. Back then, man, let me tell you something. Back then, like, we was older now, so we wasn't doing this because me and my sister out doing our thing. But when we younger, you ride back 5 years of this, man, we in the house. Boy, we playing pickup sticks. We playing dominoes. We playing pity pat. We playing Old Maid. We playing space. We in the crib and the kitchen table wilding out. It was a family tradition. We played Monopoly like for real. As little kids. And the Monopoly game was all about don't let my daddy win. All the games was don't let my daddy win. It's all us against him. That's where I get that from, because he in there saying, y'all, we all finna lose. And he finna buy everything. And y'all might as well not, he would amp us up. So we try to beat daddy. That pickup sticks. Hold on. It's another classic. Okay. Let's get it popping. Y'all play pickup sticks? Y'all don't play pickup sticks. See them big old sticks with the white kid? That's not pickup sticks. Y'all play pickup sticks? No. No. This is pickup sticks. Y'all don't play pickup sticks. Right? Okay. Y'all getting a lesson. Y'all play Old Maid? Y'all don't play Old Maid. Y'all don't play Old Maid. Y'all don't play Old Maid. Y'all play Operation? Y'all don't play Operation. Y'all don't play Operation. The whole family used to play Operation. And you have to take them parts out. And if you touch something, it goes, and his nose light up. His nose light up. Hold on. Watch this. Y'all play Chinese checkers? Y'all don't play Chinese checkers. Y'all don't know how to play Chinese checkers. Y'all ain't sitting at the crib with the children playing no Chinese checkers. Y'all play checkers. Y'all don't even play checkers. Y'all play chess with your children. Y'all don't even play chess. No, you don't. Y'all play Stratego? No, y'all don't be at the house playing Stratego with your children like how parents used to do back in the day. Be playing the games with the children. Y'all ain't doing none of that. What you mean? What you mean? Hold on. Hold on. I'm just giving you real. This is what we used to entertainment. Man, it was all the way up. Look, it was all the way up. Y'all play backgammon? No, y'all don't know how to play backgammon. Okay? What's the game we used to play with the pennies? I forgot the name of the game we used to play with the pennies. Y'all don't play backgammon. The older families used to get together and we all be over there playing backgammon. Hold on. What was it called? Man, I forgot the game my mom and them used to play with them pennies. Hey, what's the game they used to play with the pennies? What's the game? Yeah, we used to play marbles. What's the game they used to play with the pennies? Okay, let me see. Dang, what was the name of that game, man? My mom was in a club playing that stuff. I forgot the name of that game. Electric football, yep, the electric football. And the hockey. 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 Y'all don't know how to play this. Where you gotta be the goalie and you gotta hit the puck. What y'all know about that? And air hockey. Y'all, what y'all know about air hockey? Guess what we had in the basement? We had the pool table with the ping pong top. What y'all know about that? We had the pool table where you had the top right here, and you take the top off, right? You got the top. So you got the pool table, and then you could put the top on it. It's a ping pong table. Okay? This is what I was doing when I was growing up on my soul. So it's like nothing to do. Man, everything and everybody could do it. So your daddy down there trying to whoop you at some ping pong, some pool. My daddy taught me how to shoot pool. And my daddy trying to whoop me at some pool. He not playing. Black families was crazy on the games, boy. That was a part of black culture. That was a part of black culture. It's No, daddy got Friday evening. Oh, we finna game out Friday and Saturday. We finna game out. We used to game out. They ain't doing none of that no more. They ain't, man, listen. Y'all had no idea. It was all the way up. Because you got to understand. Let me explain something. You got to understand that black people was ostracized, right? With the racism in the Jim Crow. So black people had to make up something they could do where they didn't have to run behind people, right? So black people couldn't go nowhere. They couldn't go to the movies like that when my mom and them was growing up. So my mom and them generations born in the 30s and grew up all through the 50s, we made our own stuff to do. And we had mad recreation. I kid you not. It was up. And that was your mama and daddy's fun. So mama and daddy love teaching you the games and playing with you. It's 4 of us. So we don't need nobody else. It's 4 of us. So we can play amongst ourselves. We got enough people to play amongst ourselves. And then when my granny come over, there's 5 of us. As soon as my granny come, it's up. This was my granny hated this game. Okay? Real talk. My grandmama hated this game. She loved playing it, but she didn't want to lose. She didn't want to lose. She loved the game. I should say hated it, but she hated to lose because she didn't never want to be the old maid. It's a card game. And we want to try to make Granny be the old maid for real, for real, for real. But Granny don't want to be the old maid. You got to understand. My mom and them taught me and my sister how to play Bid Whist when we was like 5 years old. By the time I was 6 or 7 years old, I knew how to play Bid Whist because that was the Black American game. Your mama teach you how to play regular whist and Bid Whist. And for blacks from the South, the number 1 card game was Bid Whist. Bid Whist was all that in the 60s, in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Bid Whist. Bid Whist was the number 1 card game for Black Americans. Number 1. The number 1 card game for Black Americans was Bid Whist. These is facts. Alabama, Mississippi, tell them if you old enough. This was the game. The kids, spades is Bid Whist, but spades is Bid Whist, where spades is always the trump. Bid Whist is just like spades, but Bid Whist, you pick what spades. You pick what right? So it's not always spades because you got to bid. So it might be hearts. Like this person right here, hearts might be trump. So Bid Whist was spades, but it was not always spades, not always the trump cards. The trump cards is you pick them. That's the difference between Bid Whist and spades. And this is what Black people used to do for real, and dance or play music. You understand? Let me show you something. Let me show you what Black people used to do. This is what Black people used to do, baby. Yeah. This is what Black people used to do. Yeah. This This is what your relatives used to do, baby. Yeah. Yeah, this, yeah. This is what we used to do. This is what we used to do. Okay, I got 2 cases. I wish I had all my records. I got 2 of these up there. But these were one of my friends passed away. These her records. But I had more than this. I had all my parents' records. So black people would go downstairs, put up the card table upstairs. I'd go downstairs. That's how I started DJing. And put the records on. Chain, chain, chain. A chain of food I don't need. That's what black people used to do. Am I lying, Cyrus? That's what black people used to do. Yeah. And so when they come by the house, it's up. I'm like 7. We got a speaker in the living room, and we got a record player downstairs. And my daddy ran a wire up there. So all he got to do is take one of the wires. One of them stay hooked, and the other one, when he wrapped around there, the speaker come on. They say, Michael, go play some record. And I run down in the basement. Everybody up there, you hear him dancing, and I'll play some record. And that's how I became a master at music, because I knew how to play everybody's record. I knew the songs my daddy liked. I know the songs my mama liked. I know the songs my grandmama liked. I know the songs my sister and the kids liked. So I would go DJ. So I'd be like, okay, let me play a record for daddy. I've been down one time, and I've been down 2 times, and now I'm drowning. I'm drowning in the sea of love. My daddy like, oh, yeah. Then I said, let me play a song for Granny. I put it on. Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. She said, oh, get it. And they'd be like, that boy down there playing them records. I was a little boy. They said, that boy down there playing them records. Then I put my mama's song on, you know. My world is empty without you, babe. You know, or stop. In the name of love, before you break. You want to hear the Supremes. Then I go back to my daddy, you know. I go back to my daddy. Then I go back to my grandma. I seen her the other day. Mother-in-law. Every time I open my mouth, and she up there, yeah. Boy, my grandson playing them records. They be up there cooking, and everybody running around. It was popping. Right in the house, right at the house. Right at the house, it's popping. Then my mama called Mr. Smith and them. Say, Irma here. Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Smith come down. They bring Keith, Vicky, Taffy, Buster, and Greg. So it's all us children, all these adults. We running in and out outside, all that. They cooking. And this was all the time in the black community. And the children entertained themselves. Entertainment, we go outside. What y'all want to do? Let's play Captain May I. Let's play Mother May I. You know, which was a game that if the black girl, the little young black girl don't like you, well, you done got on Cookie's nerve, and she Mother May I, and the other kids say, may I take 2 steps? She say, yes, you may. You say, Mother, may I take 5 steps? Yes, you may. But she mad at me. So I say, Mother, may I take 3 steps? No, boy. Like, this ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? I'd be glad when somebody else be Mother May I, because Cookie pissed. Now, all the answers, I did something. And so the answer's no, you may not. Okay, so that's how we learned how to deal with women. You know, we grew up learning how to deal with women. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I'm the realest alive. Because when you're a little boy You know, little boys can't beat girls. You do know that. You know boys can't beat girls when they little. Boys get almost like in the 6th grade before they can beat girls. A 4th grade boy cannot beat no girl. A girl will whoop your ass out here. So you know I'm really, really that. You know I really grew up in the black neighborhood for real. Little boys, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, barely in 5th grade, cannot beat no girl. And is not as mean as no girl when she get mad. Stop, boy! You know what I'm saying? You finna get did dirty. Yeah, you finna get dead. Yeah. So that's how we grew up. We used to fight for fun. So we were not for fun. We get irritated because we ain't been outside this spring. We outside, and then you know me and Jesse have a fight. And then we get through the fight, and then we spend like 10 minutes trying to figure out who won. But then I hit you in your nose though. Yeah. But then I hit you in your eye though. You're like, yeah, but then I hit you like this. And he's like, no, that didn't hit me that time. Then I hit you like that. We really don't know who won. But we got to get back to playing because I think I'm gonna have to fight Keith in a minute because we've been cooped up all winter and we just got outside and we finna fight. Little kitty fights where you can't even tell who won or lost. Ain't nobody bleeding. Okay. So black people had plenty of entertainment, better entertainment than today. By the time I got grown, you know, the only entertainment we had was baby showers. All the sisters come over. You know what I'm saying? If you got a woman got about 2 or 3 sisters and she have a baby shower, stuff like that. But we really didn't have family functions too much like that no more. You know what I'm saying? It started going down by the late 80s. Black people started, you know, losing their culture. It started to go downhill. They became too violent. So mom and dad don't want to have a bunch of people in the house because the younger people under me, not my generation, but the younger people was, well, you know, when we was coming up, we wasn't poor. We was middle class. Middle class in the 60s was way better. Middle class in the 60s was almost rich. So we wasn't poor because bread was only 50 cents. You didn't need no money. So like when you didn't have a lot of money back then, you wasn't poor because everything was dirt ass cheap. You get a Cadillac for $6,000. My daddy making $750 a week. I mean every 2 weeks. But his mortgage is $250. And he making $1,500. So think about that. My mama worked too, but let's just take my daddy's. Let's just take my daddy's. My daddy making $1,500 a month. Brand new house, $250. Phone bill, $6 a month. Electric bill, that's what, $17. Loaf of bread, what, 50 cents. Bus ride, like, what, a quarter, 2 quarters, quarter something. They was like rich. Middle class was like rich in the 60s. Middle class people was like they was rich. That's why the car industry was popping. Middle class people in the 60s could buy more stuff than hardworking people with better jobs now could buy. These are facts. You cannot get no house like we had for no $250 a month. Nowhere in the world. Well, back then, like I said, black people coming out of Jim Crow. So entertainment, we entertained ourselves. You gotta understand, we are entertainers. We are the singers and dancers and the musicians. So what we going somewhere for? We the entertainment. Plus, it was way more entertainment anyway. It was way more concerts. They don't got no concerts no more. If I want to go see a concert, I gotta go to Rock Nation or Ticketmaster, buy my ticket and wait till it get here 2 months from now. You know what I'm saying? It'll be here 2 months from now. When I was growing up, a concert's every weekend, okay? Somebody here, lots of people here. Even when I was a baby, when me and my sister was a baby, my mother would take us to the Regal Theater. And when you go to Regal Theater, you get in for like a quarter or 50 cents or something, you get in. And 1/4 you get in and you see the Temptations, the Dramatics, the Miracles, Jimmy Stewart. You see like 5 or 6 acts for a quarter, 75 cents at the Regal. Jimmy Stewart, yeah, 75 cents. All these big names that end up big names, they was there. They was all there. The Regal Theater. My mama used to take us. We seen the Temptations, the Supremes, and all of them for 75 cents, like 8 groups for 75 cents. I still remember. I think it was the Miracles, and I think they had white on, but they had the lights kept turning, so their clothes kept turning pink. Then their clothes turned blue, and I was like, "Mama, how they clothes change colors?" She says, "The light, boy. They got on light suit. They got on like a white suit, so that way, as the lights change, their suits change colors." I was like, "Ah." So black people had way, 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 way more entertainment because we had to entertain ourselves, and we the musicians, and we the artists, and so we had everything in our neighborhood. Every Friday, my mom would take all the children. We go roller skating out at Harvey. Who remember the roller skating ring in Harvey? I know you remember if you grew up here. Somebody said they grew up here. Was that you, Cyrus, to say you grew up around here? Remember the roller ring? Yeah, you was in Roberts. Remember the roller skating ring out there? And then they end up with one that was up there close to Harvey, but that was south of Harvey. That was later, but I'm talking about the old original one. Markham. The Markham roller ring? Hold on. Remember the Markham roller ring? We would go every Friday. Who remember the Markham rolling ring? Oh, it's still there. They put it back? Oh, wow. Oh, wow, they put it back. They got it like a new one. But who remember the old one? They had the old one. So they said we didn't have nothing to do. This one. This the old one. This the old one. The Markham roller ring. Yeah. Then they got a new one. I didn't know nothing about the new one. The new Markham roller ring. I ain't know about that one. I ain't know about this one. So entertainment, come on. Well, here go the thing. Those days, grown black people, right? 95% of their entertainment was doing something for their children. So back in those days, it ain't like these grown people now trying to go get entertained. Back when I grew up, entertainment for adults, the way they had fun was taking their children to have fun. And then they would have fun too, because they could like be reliving their childhood through their children. So for my mom and daddy, the majority of their fun was taking me and my sister to do stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's how adults back then had fun. So all the adults took their children to the roller rink. All the adults took their children to the drive-in. All the adults took their children to the movie. And that's how old school couples used to have fun, by taking the babies to have fun and having fun with the babies. So your mom and daddy take you to the zoo and they having a ball taking you to the zoo. And you're like, Mama, what's that? That's a giraffe, boy. And they having the time they like. My daddy just cracking up. It's the greatest thing there. They taking you to the amusement park, to Funtown on 95th. And this is how my mom and daddy had fun, watching us have fun. They didn't have fun running under adults. All the adults would see each other with their children. So they still had contact with adults because all the adults is there with their children. They had a drive-in, Loretta, and the drive-in movie theater, right? Let me see if I can find it. The drive-in movie theater where my mom and daddy used to take us, they had swings and stuff in front of it. So before the movie start, right, they would take us to there early, and we would go play on the swings and stuff before the movie start. Because they had swings. And they had a park. They had like a park in front of it. I tried to see if I could find a picture of it. I really need to save some of these old pictures when I do find them before they disappear. But we used to go to the drive-in. They would get there early. My mom and them would cook food, chicken and stuff like that, and hide it in the trunk because they didn't want you bringing that in there. And we would go park at the drive-in. You know what I'm saying? And you park at the drive-in movie theater and watch a movie all night. It was off the chain. They don't got that no more. A movie, that's probably why I don't like movies as much. Movie theaters. But I do like movie theaters, but the drive-in was like, come on, man. Come on, man. The drive-in was that. You know what I'm saying? So as far as entertainment, they had too much entertainment. And the drive-in, you get to see 3 movies too. You get to see 3 movies. Yeah. You get to see 3 movies at the drive-in on that big screen. And your mom and daddy sitting in the front, and you and the children, y'all sitting in the back. And sometimes they would bring a blanket and put it on the roof of the car. You know, them cars made out of steel. And so sometimes we'll go lay, or they have sleeping bags, we go lay on the roof and watch it and listen to it. I think this the one too, was the double drive-in. I think this the one. Yep, I think this the one. This the one right here. The double drive-in. They had one like on, I think it was on like both sides or something. I think this is it, the Lowe's double drive-in. I think this is it. Right here. Yep, I think this was it. The Lowe's double drive-in. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was life. You know what I'm saying? So as far as they saying when they say G-Rock, it wasn't as much entertainment back then, how would they know? They too little to know what was going on back then. It ain't no entertainment now. That's why all they could do is go to dinner and drink, because it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing to go to. You know, they got rid of all of the entertainment. They got rid of everything. You don't have all this stuff, so you don't have all that good family time no more. You used to have family time. You know what I'm saying? You don't got family time no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got rid of the drive-ins. Yep, they got rid of the drive-ins. You know what I'm saying? This was how the drive-ins was. You know what I'm saying? This was how the drive-in. You go park out there and watch the movie all night. The drive-in movie when it would end, it might be, man, listen, when the movie finally ends, it's like 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning. So everybody sleep. They would tease me because I would still be up. So they would tease me like he's still up. This was the last one in Chicago, the Halsted. And they closed it when what's the movie with Queen Latifah and them girls robbing the bank? What's the name of that movie? With Queen Latifah and them robbing the banks. Well, when that movie came out, that was around when they started having all Set It Off. When Set It Off came out, that's when they started having all them, colors and all that. So they got the shooting out here. They got the shooting at the Halsted Theater. So they closed it. That was the last one in Chicago, the Halsted Theater. And they had to close it because they got the shooting. And so when they got the shooting and doing all that stuff in the 90s, that's what ruined everything. Where they started dropping Boys in the Hood and Set It Off and all that. Yeah. That's the one we used to go to, the one off of Western. Yes. We used to go to the one off of Western and they had the swings and stuff in the front. So they get there early and the kids go play before it get dark. Yep. The children would go play before it get dark. It was down on like the low end of Western too, like probably 70 something or 60 something down that way. Yep, it was down there. Yep, that's where it was. A lot of that stuff got messed up because they got the shooting and stuff. And so when they came in with the heavy gang violence in the 90s, then that's when a lot of stuff for black people went away. You know what I'm saying? That's when a lot of the gang stuff, a lot of things went away because we couldn't have no fun no more. They was spoiling everything. They spoiling everything. But all in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it was up. Especially in the 60s and the 70s. Man, the 60s and 70s, man, black people in Chicago and LA had it going on. Detroit. Man, black people had it going on in the 60s and 70s. It was a lot to do. I'm talking about a lot. But you got to understand, entertainment for black people in the 60s and the 70s was music. Because you got to understand, the 60s and 70s, black people listened to the radio and the record player more than they watched TV. We didn't watch a lot of TV. Your mama might watch it, but we didn't watch a lot of TV. Okay? We didn't watch a lot of TV. Right? Man, I'm giving y'all a lot of history. So guess what everybody had? Everybody had the little transistor radio. The transistor radio, everybody had the transistor radio, and there was a white earpiece to go in it. They had a white earpiece. It just go in one ear. So everybody had one of these. When you was a kid, your mama would get you one of these little ones like this. But this, your mom would get you one of these with the earpiece, right? Right? Hold on. Your mom would get you one of them with the earpiece. And when she gets you the one with the earpiece, you know, you put the little white thing in there and be walking around with it. Right? It had one of these. Hey, they had one of these. And you would plug that in there and stick it in one ear. If you didn't want nobody to hear it. They ain't had no headphones. They had the earpiece on your little transistor radio. And so that helped us stay in the black world. You know what I'm saying? So we listening to the radio. Jimmy, oh, Jimmy Mac, when are you coming back? You know what I'm saying? I could tell you the songs they was playing. Mr. Big Stuff. Mm-hmm. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. Yeah. So we was walking around doing that. So look, this is how I first really got into the music. So I learned, check this out. I learned that I could take the earpiece, right? I learned I could take the earpiece and I could cut it. I could cut the earpiece off. I could stick this in the radio halfway in. I could take this wire and hook it to a speaker. And so I took the wire, hook it to the speaker, put the earplug halfway in the radio, so the speaker from the radio still play and the speaker play. So then once I got that going, I said, okay, if I get some more wire, I can hook up 4 speakers. So I went through the house and tore up everything that had a speaker in it and took the little speakers out. And I put the speakers in the four corner of my house and found some wire and ran some wire and hooked it to that. So I got 5 speakers going. My daddy came home and said, Bessie, this boy is tearing up everything, trying to make his stereo in his room. So my daddy went and bought me a stereo because I had made me a stereo. I had 5 speakers. You talking about quadraphonic sound. I had 5 for prosodic 5. I had 5 speakers going. I was a little boy. And I would stick that halfway in the radio. So the radio, you can still hear that speaker and hear my 4 speakers. And I wasn't nothing but a little boy. I was a little boy doing that type of stuff. I'm like 8, 9 years old doing that. Real talk. So my daddy said, baby, Bessie, I'm going to go get this boy a stereo before he tear up everything in this house trying to dig the speaker out of it. He was kind of mad. Boy, you done went down there and tore that up to get the speaker out of it. Boy, he was mad. He was big mad I tore up that stuff. And then I ended up being a big-time DJ, though. Look, real talk. So I was buying all these records. I'm going to the record store. I'm buying 45. I'm buying records. Right? My daddy like, this boy spending all that money buying them records. Boy, you buying, I'll spend every time you get $1, you buying a record. Man, by the time I get, let me tell you something. By the time I get a junior, I'm DJing parties getting paid. By the time I get a junior, a senior, and 1 year out of high school, I'm doing parties. I'm doing parties for my mom, for the Veterans Administration. I'm doing family reunions and everything. My daddy said, that boy's smart. He said, that boy's smart. He went and got me a thing to roll my crates to the shows. I was doing shows as a shorty. I was DJing. I was getting paid. I was getting paid to DJ for grown people, and I ain't nothing but a junior in high school. My mama came and said, we having a luau. And they said, I'm organized. And they said, Bess, can you get somebody to play some music? She said, my son could do it. They said, girl, stop. They said, my son could do it. Hold on. I'll be giving y'all some game over here. Support the channel. My channel's supposed to be going crazy. Man, do I gotta stand up to get this? Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. So my mother's like, we having a luau. Can you DJ it? I said, yeah, I'll DJ it. They paid me too, the Veterans Administration, United States government. So the day come, I go down there, I bring my records, because my mom been working all day, so she'd get right off work and come, because this is that for her job. I set up my stereo and everything. She went and decorated the place to look like Hawaii and stuff. So she said, you ready? You sure you could do it right? I said, Ma, I got this. Don't worry about it. So all the people came in. It was time to put the music on. Bam. I went to the record store and got this. So I put the record on. It was like, down, 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 down. I would have played Hawaiian music. My mama couldn't believe it, man. Man, they said, oh, this is so nice. I went and played Hawaiian music, man. I went and bought this record. My mama didn't even know I'm really that. And I was a shorty too. They paid me. They paid me. I put on down, 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 down. My mother said, "Oh." My daddy had to eat his words. He like, that boy smart, bitch. That boy smart. I mean, so then, now here's the story. I tell this all the time. So my next big job was for the Ridleys. The Ridleys wanted me to do a family reunion for them. So, and I'm a child. I'm still in high school. And so they want me to do, yeah, it is. I ended up living in Hawaii. So they wanted me to do their family reunion. Now, think about this. I'm in high school, and I'm getting jobs as a DJ. Real talk. So the Ridleys had rented this hotel. I got down there, set up, had my stereo. My stereo was off the chain, top of the line stuff. I was spending my money like a boss. So I'm DJing the family reunion. Boom, I put on OJ's. A family reunion. A family reunion. So all they relatives from Mississippi, Alabama, about 200 people in there. They having a ball. And then the record say, if grandma was here, I know she'd be smiling from ear to ear. And everybody just started crying. This is my favorite DJ story. Everybody having a good time. And the record say, if grandma was here, I know she'd be smiling from ear to ear. And everybody just started crying. It freaked me out. And then I found out that grandma had just died a couple days before the family reunion. But here's the crazy thing. So now they made me play that the rest of the family reunion. They made me play that for the rest of the whole family reunion. I just let the same song play. They said, don't take that off. Yeah, don't take that off. Yeah, don't take it off. Man, how old is you? I'm older, man, 90, 80. How old is you? Man, come here, Louis. Louis. Hey, look at all this equipment stuff we got. Tell him what grade you're in. I'm a junior. He in 11th grade. like in 11th grade. They couldn't believe it. And I had to play that the rest of the party. Family reunion. Good thing I played it in the middle towards the end. And they said, don't take that song off. Keep playing it. And they just was having a ball. They got over the crying and they just had family reunion as a background song. Easy job. Easy peasy. I don't get paid. I come on my money. Daddy, I thought you said I was waiting for my money buying records. But then I learned how to DJ because I got a job over by Parkway, by O Block. This was before it was called O Block. And there was somebody hired me to do a job, and they set me up in a boxing ring. So I was in a boxing ring, but they was all on the floor around the boxing ring, and I was a DJ. And Bootsy had just came out, Wind Me Up. And Bootsy had just released his record. And so I got set up. I played my records. I played Wind Me Up. And everybody went crazy. So when the record went off, about 3 minutes went by. Somebody said, play Bootsy, Wind Me Up. The DJs won't like to do that. I want to play all my records. But I'm like, cool. So I put it on. Wind Me Up. Right? Everybody went crazy. 4, 5, 6 minutes go by, somebody came and say, play Bootsy, wind me up. So now I'm getting irritated because I don't want to keep playing this song, man. I want to play all my songs. But I played it. Wind me up, and everybody went crazy. I still don't get it. So then somebody came again. Play Bootsy, wind me up. Now I'm like, I ain't finna play it. But he said, come on, man, play Bootsy. So I put it on. Wind me up. And they went crazy again. So I said, hey, wind me up, play it again. Wind me up, play it again. And they danced and they went crazy. That was the first time I learned. You got to give the people what you want. I played Wind Me Up like 8 times in a row, 9 times in a row, and they would dance like they never danced before. I said, wow. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't go see Sinners. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't go see it. I'm probably not gonna go see it till they come on TV or something. Nah, I ain't gonna see it. Whenever it do come on cable or whatever, I'll see it. I'll do a review on it. But I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to go see it. But when it do come out, I'll go see it. I ain't going to a movie theater to go see it though. Because I don't be believing nothing. I got to go see it. Black people be hyping stuff for certain reasons. I understand that. But it ain't necessarily going to be as good to me as it is in everybody else. But it might be. I got to wait and see it. I don't like the movie theater. I don't like the movie theater. I don't really go to the movies. There don't be nothing in there to eat. It's all trash. And then a lot of movies don't good. But I was thinking about just going because people wanted me to do a review, GML. So I was thinking about just going on ahead and go on and see it and do the review on it while it's still kind of fresh. So I might just go see it this week just to go. You know, I might go see it. Let me see where it's at. Where is it playing at? It's playing on North Avenue. It's playing on 600 Michigan. It's playing right down there, Illinois. I could go see it down there. I'll probably go ahead and go see it. 11:20. And yeah, I might go see it down there. I'll go down there and see it. I'll go see it. I'll go see it. I ain't gonna drive. I jump on the train. I jump on the L train and go down there and go see it. I'll go see it. What's today? Because everybody keep asking me. Today is Tuesday. I'll go see it before the week is over. I do want to support the brothers, though. You know, I'm really pro-black, so I do want to support them. So it'd be good for them if I go see it with the box office. So I'll go see it this week. I'll do a review on it. Let you know what I think. I'll go see it. I go see it early one morning when ain't hardly nobody there. I'll go in there and see it. Sneak me some snacks in there and stuff and something to drink. Because I'm not paying them no $7 for no bottle of water. I went down there with my daughter and her mother, like, whatever, about 4 or 5 months ago. My daughter was in town. She wanted me to meet her and her mama down there. And I went down there with them and went to watch it. I went to watch some movie. It was about some people out in a forest reserve or something. It was like some people lived under the ground or some weirdo, like supposed to have been a scary movie. It was crazy. Yeah, I'll go see it and see if it's really good. They say it's good. I go see it and see if it's really good or if it's just black people just excited to see a black movie. Either way, it's a good thing. So I'll go support it and go look at it, see what it is, what's the concept behind it, see how it's shot. Everybody say the brothers did a good job. I'll see. I'll go do a review on it. It'll be cool. I might get my ass up in the morning and go down there. Go on down there and go see it early in the morning. Come back and do a review on it. All right, so that's it for this. We covered a lot of stuff as usual. Thanks for the support. Make sure you support the channel. Run them likes up. Send it to everybody. Hit the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Stay positive. And once again, brothers, in terms of Tory Lanez, stay out of trouble. Don't be getting drunk doing crazy stuff. Don't be overdoing it. Because you go out here acting a fool and throw your life away doing 10 years. And now he got all cut up, got all poked up. So it's like, think before you react. Avoid conflict. Don't get in no type of arguments or conflict. Okay, no arguments. Don't do it. You mess around, throw your life away over argument. End up getting hurt or gotta hurt somebody when you could have went on with your day. So I always try to just go on with your day, move on with your day. Don't let nobody trick you off the streets. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody trick you off the streets, all right? Victory.